Well, did we get any questions answered? Mostly no. This episode was just a hook and a pull, but man, we still have a ton to talk about. Let's get into this. I love that I can see what's going on down below before it comes up on screen. What is up, TK Scuba Pete?
It came.
It came. That is awesome.
Breathing this thing.
You're not.
Wait, why don't you have red tape on? I don't understand.
Could you? He had his headphones off. Yeah. Where's your red tape, Pete? Is that guy out? He's not a zombie?
Come on.
Night biker scout trooper?
Night scooper biker trout. Scooper biker trout? Yeah, all those words go together. Yeah. God. Oh, man. I'm a space cadet today. Anyway, welcome back to Paul's Collectibles and the Ahsoka Breakdown Show. I got TK Scuba Pete over here. I got Kat over there, and we are excited to talk about this episode. So much going on. Like I said, no answers for the most part. They just drug us along, but man, still a lot to look at. Lots of eye candy. But before we do that, Kat, how are you doing, ma'am? It's always good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to see you too. I'm all right. It's been kind of an up and down week. I had several injections in my jaw, but I'm hanging in there. It's a better day today. So
yay!
It's always a good day when I get to hang out with you two, no matter what's going on. I appreciate it.
Right back at you.
Biker Scout Pete, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I am batching it for the next 2 weeks. Leslie's in Greece, so I'm running him up.
Oh, she's not even out of town. She out of country.
That's right. She's available.
Nice. Well, good. Vacation, hopefully, having fun?
It's work / yeah. She's, the life of a travel agent.
Okay. Yeah. Say no more. I get you. Plus, somebody's got to support your collecting habit.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm spending it irresponsibly while she's gone. I just bought a really expensive Palatoy RoboSkull box.
I'm sure she spent some expensive stuff on herself too while she's over there. So
yeah, I'm sure she's good. Yeah, it's all going to be fair.
Of course. Can you hear the dog in the background?
Are they having a heart attack or are they digging? I can't tell.
No, she's over here hacking up her lung, of course, as soon as we go live.
Okay.
Baby girl, you okay? Okay. Oh, I've been gone a lot, and so she was crying outside the door. I normally keep her outside the door, so I let her come in. Of course, she has to be a jackass the minute we get in here. But anyway.
That's okay. We all have fur babies.
We love our pets.
Yes, yeah. I have. Yeah, my wife requires that we rescue 2 pit bulls at a time, and when one goes, we get another one. We have a 2-dog limit, so yeah.
I mean, we have 18 cats outside that we, help feed, so.
Wow.
Anybody needs a cat, come let me know.
Speaking of cats, jeez.
Is she there?
Reese jumped on the, I'm like, ah! Hey, everybody.
Hey, all right. Well, this is off to a great start. Paul's Collectibles production as usual. I love it, you guys. Let's go over to the chat and say some highs, and then we'll get into this because we got a ton to talk about. It's my new country song. It's coming out next week.
Sweet.
Here is Gerard Cade. It's good to see
Gerard.
Hey, Gerard.
Yeah. And Miriam.
Yeah. There we go. Matt's here. Always good to have you.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah. Jonathan Redmond, I cannot wait.
Redmond?
Yes. I learned something on Connor Fuller's stream the other day. Jonathan's not from the UK. He's actually Irish. I got to hear his voice. Mm-hmm. He's got a beautiful lilt. Yep. Yeah, I did not know that. So nice to know you. There's Michael Hendrickson. OG. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Another Michael Reed.
Hi, Michael.
From down under. Hey, Michael.
Oh, he's straight. Okay, cool. Just get the old international thing going on. Hoppy's 100% on his attendance right now. We're going to send him a gold star.
Right?
Those were not the troopers we had hoped for, but yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah. Yep, we know that girl for sure. Let's get on down here. There we go. There's Mr. B.
Hey, Mr.
Love
B.
It. Yeah. Keep it. From Greece. Sup, dudes and dudette. Hi to all in the chat. Not sure how long I will make it since bedtime here in Greece. Well, you're being watched, P. You got to behave.
I was not spending all of our money today. That's not
what
I said at all.
I did not spend 3 hours this morning chatting with the boys. I was productive.
No.
Exactly. Yeah, me too. Rolando, always good to see you, man. Hey, Dino's awake. Good to see you, Dino. I mean, I just woke up. Yeah, so yeah, that's why. Okay, yeah. It's good to see
Thank you for waking up for this. We
Oh,
appreciate
man.
that.
Let's see here. Coming on down. Hey, there's Simon Farrell, one of my fellow helmet collectors over in the UK. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his channel. He's got the for real upscale stuff, Pete. He's got some great helmets in his collection. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Every time he comments on one of my videos, I get all giddy because I'm like, oh, it's just a plastic toy. Thanks, Simon. I appreciate that. Yeah. Coming on down here. Let me make sure there's Left for Dead Fett. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up?
Keep it on coming. I don't want to miss anybody. We talked for a while, so there's a lot of conversation going on in chat. I want to make sure I'm not rude and we get all the way down here. There we go. See, that's why I do that, because there's JT just coming in towards the bottom. Yep. Love to have JT. Yeah. Did you see? Yeah, there he is. G-Force is right there. Thank you, Pete. I almost didn't catch that. Always good to have you.
VTR Dave.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at me. And come hello.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I saw a wonderful video on the internet of you spending lots of time with them, Pete, and it was enjoyable.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right.
Had a blast.
Yes, and all of England, cool. Star Wars stuff, collectibles, cool. But the food, come on, man! I watched the video a second time just to hear about the food. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
This Yorkshire pudding.
Oh man, that's you got to be careful with things named pudding over there, though, as I understand it, because some of it may not be what you want. Yeah.
Black pudding's great, but it's just you have it. Oh.
No, I haven't had it. I don't. Once they described to me how they made it, I was like, that's cool.
It's
Doesn't sound appetizing at
delicioso.
all.
It's yummy.
Nice. And there's Blue X snuck in on us.
Hey, Blue.
Well. Always good to see you guys.
Blue.
All right. Well, it's good to see everybody in chat. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get started here in just a second, but I've already talked to these guys, and I need to put out something really fast. Everybody knows that all of us have real lives outside of YouTube around here, and unfortunately, something has come up that is going to prevent us from being here next week. So here's what we decided we were going to do. Rather than just end on a cliffhanger like this, we still want to talk about the last episode of this series, and we still want to get our guests on. So we are going to push it back until the following Thursday, which is October the 12th, you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so it'll be 1 o'clock Pacific, October 12th, and I'll probably put a reminder up on my YouTube channel if I can remember to do it. And by then, I also think a lot of the chatter will have died down. Everybody will have had like 9 days to process the episode, and it'll be fun to just, what's that, kind of wet the wound again and talk about it. It'll be fresh again to get going. Don't you think, Pete? Okay.
I like it.
Kat, is that good with you, ma'am?
Yeah, I think it's great because then everybody's gonna be watching us instead of everybody else fighting for time slots. So.
Exactly, yeah. Because as much as I'd like to think we're doing something unique and original over here, wow, is there a lot of stuff. There is a lot of chatter out there, you guys, for sure. We
will be unique by waiting a week.
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes, right. That'll be our thing. It'll be, I love Matt. An extra week to prepare. Your terms are acceptable.
Exactly.
This deal keeps getting worse all the time.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yes. And then, of course, G-Force, 9 days to forget what happened in my case. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yep. Dude, I'd forget what happened on the episode 2 days ago. That's why we have pictures, so I know what to talk about.
You're right. Job build memory.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what Jonathan says. Week late, cool. Gives people the time to think about the last episode series. And I agree with Rick and myself on how much it sucked. Okay, cool. So we'll do that then. Now that we have some of the heavyweights weighing in on that, we got G-Force and a couple of guys, Matt, and so we're good. But with that, speaking of pictures, we're going to get right into this. Kat, as always, I like to start with you because I'm kind of an old-fashioned guy. I love, what do they call it? Member berries, stuff that we're familiar with right off the bat. What did you think when you saw the establishing shot, ma'am?
I love it. I love being able to see Coruscant. I mean, we got it a lot in the Clone Wars. We finally got it. I mean, the first time I ever saw it was in a video game. So, and then we finally see it in, the prequels and stuff like that. But I absolutely loved it. I think it looks great. It got me really excited and kind of like, oh, finally she's going to get it. But, she didn't.
Right, yeah.
She's going to get it.
Yeah. Pete, did you think Hera was going to get it when you saw this? What did you think of this?
I was like, ooh, look, the People's Court got ginormous. Dun, dun,
dun. That's right. Oh, yeah. Judge Wapner up there handing out. Yeah. Is that, Wapner, right?
Wapner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Because didn't someone else take over like in the 80s when he finally got too old or something?
Didn't his wife, Judge Judy?
Oh, is that his wife?
She's
I'm
the
pretty
boss
sure that was his
applesauce.
wife. Yeah.
Oh, she's the boss applesauce. Okay. So I didn't know the connection
she's
there.
still going. She's still going.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was his wife.
Okay. Well, Pete, let's stick with you then. Speaking of Hera getting it, here we have this actress again, and I was a little happier with her this time. But how about you, sir? What did you think of this scene prior to the amazing cameo we got?
I thought she didn't take me out of the episode like previous appearances of her. I don't know what. Just I think my brain's like, okay, this is Hera, so I just stayed with it. I didn't get knocked out of the episode. So, but I like that she's been called onto the carpet. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, exactly. Former military man. I love that she's got a dress uniform to wear, and doesn't have her goggles on and stuff. So she put something because the other one has like the bigger collar. Kat, is she still pissing you off, or was it a little bit better here?
She still does. She does,
Okay.
but I couldn't tell. Like something felt off, and I don't know if it's later for who kind of comes next to her, if that's why.
Ooh,
But
I know what it was. They didn't.
Yep.
They didn't show her from behind.
that's it. That's why. Didn't recognize that face.
Right. Yeah.
I got because her little badge thing, whatever. Every time I looked at it, I was like, why does she have the dice side 5 up? Like it was bothering me because it didn't look like a normal like little plaque. Like it just looked like an enlarged dice on her chest. I was like, what is that? So I found that distracting. But no,
It's
I
gum.
think I'm just getting used to her. Oh, got it. Okay, but no, I think I'm getting used to her. I mean, I still don't like her with her aesthetics, but I do like her in the lighter jacket because I think it kind of reminded me back with Rebels. She didn't wear such harsh colors or such dark colors.
Oh, okay.
So I think that kind of worked in her favor with it a little bit.
Oh, well, you know what? Speak of the devil, Pete, I'm being watched as well. There's my wife.
Hey, Sarah.
And she agrees with you, Kat. She loves her outfit. Hey, Sarah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I know Sarah's very busy right now. She took time off. So anyway, let's see what Jonathan had to say really quick. This was really bad for me. Where were all the witnesses from those 3 rebel cruisers that saw the whales, the remains of the Sith dude? The New Republic losers don't believe in Jedi. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I was like, where's the hollow recording of, their encounters? Like, we're just like, it happened. Just believe me. Okay. It's super sciencey. And yeah, just take me. I'm like, really? We don't have a holographic projection of what actually happened. I mean, we can do it for all kinds of things. We see it later. Like, we don't have that kind of tech off those cruisers and such. Like, come on.
Right. LAPD wears body cams, for God's sakes. These guys don't have anything better. Come on. Yeah. I was a little disappointed with the procedural part of this for sure, because this just seems like what North Korea would do or something. But anyway, yeah. Kat.
Yes.
I've just about had enough of this guy. tell me what you think.
I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. I said it when we first saw him in the studio. He's evil. He has an agenda, and I swear he was so giddy of like, I'm going to court-martial her. I'm going to do all these things. Like, he purposely wants to get rid of her, to replace her, to put his own man in. That's what I swear by. He wants her out for a reason. That's why he's pushing so hard on it. But he is a slimo. Like, I cannot stand him. So he plays a really great villain. But I cannot stand him. Every time he talks, I'm like, you're just spewing crap out. I don't want to hear it. Like, you were so evil. Like, he drove me crazy. And I like that she kind of snarked back at him when he's like, we have a general that doesn't follow orders, and he's kind of smirking at everybody else. She goes, no, I disobey your orders to protect the people. Oh,
Exactly.
Okay. I like that, because that did remind me back of the Hera. I know she was kind of Starky like that. She wasn't just the stoic. She had emotion. She stood up for what she believed, and I felt that a little bit more with her with that line.
Nice. Quick question, Kat, before I go over to Pete. Imperial
Yes.
or no? Yeah. She's like, yes. I don't even need to think about it. Yes. I'm like, yes. Pete, I'm going to ask you the same questions I just asked her, but we have another request. Sarah says she's only here for deep voice narrator, man. But
previously on Ahsoka.
Well, great. You know what? The unfortunate thing is I think she has your address. There goes my wife. How long is Leslie out of town for? I got to hold on to mine.
12 days.
I'm going to have to tackle mine for 12 days and hold on to her until Leslie can get back and claim. This is an excellent question. My presumption was yes. JT wants to know if that's Akbar Kat, before I go over to Pete one more time, I think that's Akbar, don't you think?
No.
Oh, you don't?
I think the one we saw before was Akbar. I don't think that guy is Akbar.
Oh, okay.
Because we saw him I forget, we saw him before, or one like him. I'm pretty sure that when I was looking up stuff, that was Akbar, but I don't know. I don't think that is from what I was reading, but I mean,
okay.
If somebody knows for sure that it is, please tell me. But
you know what? I just assumed. Yeah, I'll tell you why I assumed in a minute. But Pete, I don't want to leave you out of this. Imperial Plant Senator here. What are you thinking while you're watching this, man?
Yeah, Senor Douchebag. I have a list of charges. Let me read the ways in which you've defied us. And it's like, zip it, Skippy. Yeah, the fact that Ahsoka gives it back to her. Carson Teva's like shouting out, point of order. What about Mandalore? Right? And he's like, you shut your pie hole. That was just a rogue warlord.
Right.
Classic evil tactic. We're going to ignore the obvious of evil doings to distract you over here. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, the fact that he reinforces, we're supposed to believe that there's just this growing Imperial, when they're more scattered than ever. It's really what the Empire was doing too. The rebels are, they're not that coordinated. They're, let us know if they become something contemptible, then we'll deal with it. Otherwise,
right. Yeah.
Just ignore what happened at the
I think that's not Akbar. That's just Juan Calamari.
Juan Calamari. Juan Calamari. I even know what you're talking about. God, Pete, I'm going to ask my mom why she dropped off our 8th brother somewhere, because clearly we're related. So, yeah. So, 2 things. First of all, Sarah says thank you because she's polite and her mama raised her right. And then Leslie's not helping. She's like, well, come on over, Sarah.
She just wants Sarah to check on me and make sure I'm going to feed the cats and that I'm feeding myself.
Yeah.
And then I'm just keeping up with my chores.
For, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. DoorDash or whatever it's called.
They have a maid service that you can hire for like $100 to do certain light cleaning. It's fine.
I saw that billboard the other day.
Yeah, Pete. I am intrigued. Tell me more.
French maid outfit. What?
What? Wait a minute. What? How much extra for that? Yeah, goodness.
Okay, I didn't say that. You're going to get in trouble with her.
That's what was on the billboard.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay, we're going to move along before everybody ends up getting divorced.
If that was Akbar, clearly he would have, went, it's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
To Ahsoka.
So I'll tell you why I did think it was Akbar, because he's wearing military rank, as you guys can see, and so did Matt right here. And he's got the Navy color on, the blue, whereas Syndulla has, which would make him an admiral, the 5, since Syndulla 5 is a general, and I'm a nerd and pay too much attention to the uniform. So that's why I thought it was Akbar, but it could just be, these guys are rife through the Republic, so it could be anybody. You guys are right. And here's Jonathan. Why wasn't Leia there? If you're going to member bury Leia, make her the boss of the fleet. Why would you not? Yeah. Well, let's just talk about that. Pete, we got old Anthony Daniels or in some fashion. What's going on, brother? What do you got, man?
Yeah, the fact as soon as they started playing that lovely music in the background where C-3PO, point of order, but just it's a little fatty around the neck, a little thick neck C-3PO. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm sure it's CGI'd somehow, some way. But if we're doing that, why can't Leia appear as a hologram again to defend her? Come on, give us just a little bit more.
Yeah, I have some opinions about how they did this. Overall, though,
I love that he showed up. Because it's we're post Battle of Endor. Things are still around. People are still around. I like that. Senor Nasty was like, droids, and Chopper's like, you want a piece of me?
Yeah, he was. I love Carson. Whoa.
It's all right, buddy. Yeah. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Yeah. Kat, what are your thoughts about what Jonathan calls member berries, I think?
Member berries?
Yeah.
So I got really excited. I don't know, but I really think that if Carrie Fisher was alive, they would have done a cameo. And I think it's such a touchy subject of having, like, I think they would bring her daughter in and have her kind of stand in and do the face, that kind of thing. But I think to try to keep it all respectful and not even touch it, they had him. So I was super excited to see it. And then I was like, oh, Leia, oh, so I got upset with that. But he does look off. So, like, when you're watching him, it kind of looks like it was filmed at different times. So, like what you're saying, like, he's not actually there. Like, it was, I don't know. It just looks odd. It doesn't look like they're actually standing next to each other. So I did get taken out a little bit because you're not really listening. I had to watch it a few times with him talking to actually catch things because I was so concentrated on one. Like, why does this look weird? And kind of like with Scuba Pete, like he does look a little bit bigger to fit whoever else was in there. Which, no shame on them, but it just looks a little off with it. And I do really love that Chopper got so upset.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many memes of, like, reality TV stars sitting in a chair and talking about their thoughts about something that happened. And it shows him holding, like, a cigar with, like, whiskey next to him. And he's like, oh, I was about to go off on him. Like, how dare he say that? Like, so I thought that was really funny because if you listen to it, he's actually growling.
Yeah. What the hell?
He got so upset. I love that. So I enjoyed that little interaction, and I'm glad that even though Leia wasn't there, she put that stupid senator in his place because he overstepped his bounds. He wants a little bit more power than he has, and she put him in his place. So I was happy about that.
Yeah, Senator Organa accepts your apology for overstepping your bounds.
Right.
It was like,
this time.
Yeah. But wait, I didn't apologize. Oh, maybe I should. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, very, very true. So I like to call him actually left coast graphics, because he's like, well, actually, all the time. Rick says that it's Anthony Daniels, and I saw the tweet I think he's referring to. But I think what Anthony's referring to in that tweet is the fact that he definitely did the voiceover, and I think I saw him in a tweet of him in a motion capture suit as well. What I think you guys are seeing is, if you look, especially when C-3PO turns sideways, he's bent at the waist back too far the whole time, and it's very disconcerting. Like, he's looking. If you look in this picture here, he looks like he's looking up at the ceiling almost.
Yeah, he is. Oh.
And I think that's the main problem. So,
yeah. That
being said, someone said it on another YouTube video I watched. At what point do we finally give up and recast Luke and Leia and stop nibbling around? Billy Lord, that cat that played him, that they ended up putting the face over in Mandalorian, looks just like him. What's the other dude that played the Winter Soldier? Somebody. It's time to recast him, I think, and bring him in. So
Sebastian Shaw.
There you go. Yeah.
But even with because she stood in for her mom for Rise of Skywalker, so why wouldn't she do it now? You know what I mean? If anybody's going to do it, why not let her daughter do it? She's got a lot of the same, build and everything like that around the same age. So let her daughter do it. I'm okay with that.
I don't disagree. Really quick, Evan Greg Watts, good to see you. Thanks for sneaking in on us, sir.
Hey,
Always
Evan.
good to see you. Yeah. Anthony is he's very old, but to his credit, he hasn't gained as much weight getting older as I have. Weird, so strange.
I think that's because he learned he had to shove himself back in it for episode 2, and he talked about how much he had to diet and exercise to get back to that original side. So I think he's tried to maintain that with, to get work.
Oh, okay. Well, Rick's 100% positive, and usually he knows more about this than I do. So I'll go with, he says he was definitely in the suit. Well, something's wrong with it because he's bent back too far the whole time. So, yeah, Matt, Chopper was about to commit a war crime.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was.
And we would have been fully behind him.
Absolutely. And then, of course, Rick, we don't need to see his identification. Droids have ID now. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, and JT's got a good point as well. That's like his 12th appearance, as he plays him in all kinds of great stuff, which is really cool. Because technically he was in Book of Boba Fett in the background at the Organa household at that party they were having when she was ripping apart that little kid. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and there's Flex. It's always good. Hey, everybody watching from work, I love it. Yeah, G-Force too. Thanks, guys. Kat, I'm going to put a slide up, and then I'm just going to be quiet because I know I don't need to say anything. There's your boy.
Episode's 10. Can we do the ratings?
Best thing they did right.
I don't care about anything else in this episode. We're just going to talk about Anakin for 2 hours. Okay, let's open notes. Well, let's discuss his hair. No. I loved seeing her because you could tell she wasn't like it looked like she's going back to the basics, doing her stance, doing this kind of stuff, and then immediately seeing him walk past, of course I screamed and I was like, oh, and then hearing him talk, like I don't think, from what I remember, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, that we've actually said Asajj Ventress out loud in a live action. I think it's only just been strictly the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
so for him to actually say, because we got a few of those, we got Bosk or Sing from Solo, you know, them actually saying their names and stuff like that. So I got super giddy with that. I think it's really sweet that she kept all of those recordings, because you know, with how much she struggled, she has not watched those in years. And I think she was finally able to, you know, she recentered herself. She's able to go back to the basics. I mean, he helped her through surviving the Clone Wars, surviving Order 66, everything. Why not go back to what I know, what I need right now to kind of, I mean, what else is she going to do flying to Ferdia or wherever they're going, right? What else is she going to do?
Yeah, right.
So I really liked this episode, and I love that she's like, no, he was a great master, and I love that Wang was like even kind of touched, like it seemed like he was taken back about that, of like, wow, that's really thoughtful, because he said last, or the one before, talking about her master, and he just said he's intense or whatever, however he phrased it. You know, he didn't say anything else, just he was a lot. This kind of showed, hey, no, he has this softer side. He was this great master. He was this great Jedi. So,
yeah.
And if we talk about nothing else, I'm good.
Cat's like, all right, we can end stream 10 out of 10. Catch you guys later. Yeah.
Only took 28 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I like Michael. I love how Ahsoka keeps her recordings in a wooden box. Very, very futuristic. It's like her little thumb drives.
You're right.
Pete, I know you're not Vader's girl 28, but what were you thinking when you saw this, man?
No, I totally ate this up. I like that it, you know, obviously this is still early in their relationship. You know, his hair's cut short. He's got the pauldron armor on. I love this Clone Wars Anakin. The fact that she's now, instead of Anakin being a burden for her, it's helping center her and prepare, was really cool. And I also like the little cameo as she's putting away the hollow drive. You see the little training balls that we know from Star Wars. You know, I always like seeing that. Cool.
Yeah.
My one of my favorite things about this is, as I don't know much about this as probably Kat does, but as I understand it, and Hayden Christensen got a lot of flack for playing Darth Vader the first couple of movies, and I love that he has come full circle now, and everybody's excited to see him, and he gets to play the character still during an era where people actually appreciate him, whether you like him or not. Because I don't think anybody, if they're reading George Lucas's lines, they've got enough trouble. You know, I mean, let's just be honest. You know, give him a hard time. So that's what I got out of that. I thought that was pretty cool.
No, when he did Celebration and they were like screaming for him, I'm gonna joke up, like he got choked up because he got so much hate. And I know there was a lot of us that loved him, but he didn't see that. It's hard to see what little praise you get through all of the horrible things they were saying to him. So I know that meant so much more to him. So I know, like, I think he coming back doing all this extra stuff, like he's even more excited to do it because he knows he's going to be appreciated now.
Yeah, I agree. Pete, we're still in the whales with Ahsoka, but at least we're starting to come out.
At least Yang's like calling it out, like we're starting to decelerate. Because I was like, oh, good, we need to put a pin on this. Like, enough with the transit scenes. Like, come on, let's go again. Show clock is running.
Right. I totally agree with you. Now, were you expecting a minefield, Pete, when they came out of hyperspace, or ships waiting for them? What were you expecting? Or
no, I figured we were just going to send the ships, but I thought it was cool that I didn't mind it. Come on! I didn't mind. Never mind.
Ah, you didn't mind.
So I thought that was cool.
Sorry,
that
Pete,
you know, But the way they deployed those suckers, it's like, let's put them all in a straight line. I was like,
that's what I was going for.
What? I'm like, where's the random field of them? They're just like, you literally.
Right.
I know they're attracted to, what's coming, but that's what struck me a little like, oh really? Like,
right.
Row A,
okay,
B, C.
Yeah. I thought Thrawn was this military genius. Hell, I learned that in basic training. Kat, as far as the re-entering here, did you have any thoughts about what you saw? It was just kind of like, oh, cool, we're back.
No, I loved it. I love the shot of the Purgles because I think they look amazing, and I kind of felt like last time I was like, why aren't we getting more Purgles? Like they look amazing in the show. So I loved we got to see them more. Mm-hmm. And this scene instantly made me think of a Deep Space Nine episode when they were mining the outline to the wormhole because they did them all in a row and they made them self-replicating. So one destroys, it comes back. And then in Galaxy Quest, they were flying through a minefield and it was kind of attracting to them and that kind of stuff. So to me, I was expecting just, fighters being ready. I didn't expect, so I liked this little twist and then I got scared because I was like, if I see one Purgle die, I'm going to scream and I'm going to lose it.
They got the hell up out of there. They're like,
that can't happen. Those Purgles, they're only trying to help Ahsoka. They shouldn't die. Like, I got really upset.
They're like, we dropped your ass. We're out of here. Jump to hyperspace, boys.
Exactly.
I loved it. They're like, you're on your own.
Wait, they're leaving.
Yeah.
Right. Which, I'm sorry, but when he's all like, well, at least they're providing cover, and then they take off. You never say, it's like at work. When things are quiet and calm, you never say, oh, it's so quiet. Why? Why would you do that?
You had to say it.
God. Why would you put that into the universe?
That's the very first thing we used to teach rookie cops when it would slow down. They're like, really, it's really quiet tonight. You shut the hell up. What are you doing? Oh, my God, yeah. I love Blue X. I wish Hayden was my father. No, that's a fan. That's a fan right there, yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, Jonathan, Thrawn needs to stop shopping at Ollie's because his mind doesn't really do all that much, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, I got to see what JT's saying here. They missed a gag. They should have said finding Ezra could be a minefield. You got an apprentice there, Master Scuba Pete.
Take him under your wing.
Exactly. Dad jokes 101. Speaking of Pete, remind you of anything?
Yep. Look at that little Death Star shot. I mean, Iridia with the ring. Yep. Very Death Star-ish.
I was just waiting for Huyang to go, that's no small moon.
Right. Yeah.
Kat, am I reading stuff into this or did you catch this?
No, it looks just like it. It's got the little dish and I mean,
yeah, they make sure it was shadowed.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's a perfect little hidden Death Star for sure.
I just want to throw that up really quick. I got a kick out of that because, man, sometimes the it rhymes is just right. They just hit you over the head with it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Pete, what did you think about the space battle this time, though, and what we got in the next couple of slides?
No, I really like that the fighters are back. That they launched relatively quickly. It wasn't like they went into the whalebone rings and then they got seriously chased in there. And I love the laser sounds of those pursuit fighters. Very cool.
See, that's what I was going to ask you as more of a collector of a lot of this stuff. So you got a kick out of that quiet new issue Battlestar Galactica sound, and you like that? Huh?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Kat, what thoughts on the space battle here? Because in a minute we're going to start going back and forth because we start to see what everybody's doing. But what did you think of this?
I thought it was great because I was like, okay, they did the mines, but what else? You can't just, I mean, you could fly above them, go somewhere, get out of them pretty quickly. So what else are you going to do? So I'm glad they sent in some pathetic starfighters.
Yeah, when he smashed into the one because I was like, hit a bone. Come on, hit. And that guy's like,
someone flying blind because the droid can't even find a way, or you go with the pilot that has the Force / was trained by Anakin, who was an amazing pilot. So, your chances aren't great if you're not in that ship.
Exactly. Kat, I want to ask you a question, but before I ask you a question, I see you waving your hand around. You seem to have a very specific color palette on your nails, man. Would you be so interested as to show us and what that represents?
Oh.
Ahsoka nails.
She's got Ahsoka nails. Isn't that cool?
So I was like, I need to redo my nails, so why not do Ahsoka colors for the last 2 episodes?
There you go.
Nice. Very well done. I appreciate your dedication, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. You brought up something, Kat, that I want to ask you really quick before we go to the next slide. And Pete, same thing. Starting with Empire Strikes Back, it seems like there's only one very narrow approach vector or escape vector from every planet. Like, we went through a minefield. Well, why did we just go above the minefield and come in from somewhere else? Or we can only fly straight at the Death Stars off of Hoth. Plot device, scientific reason, what do you think, or do you care?
I will give you the answer that my mother gives me anytime I question things like this, and she says, "'Cause it's in the script."
Okay.
I don't got nothing else.
Oh.
I mean, to me, it would make sense to go somewhere else, but I don't call the place, so.
I mean, Pete, you know a little bit about the world as Kat does. The planet's a very big place. Why can't we just come in or leave from somewhere else? What's the script or what's up, bud?
Yeah, it's like we're headed right for them.
Oh, I've never understood that. Yeah, exactly. There's Jonathan. Remember the Death Star. Long live the Empire. Ed 5.
Hey, Ed.
Good to see you. Yeah, look at that.
Hi, Ed.
And John McGuire, who I'm pretty sure is Irish, based on what I see. Yeah, okay, so I know that one for sure. Let me, Ed, thank you very much. Appreciate that, brother. That's very cool of you. I'm going to run down here real quick. Oh, see, there it is, Kat. Yeah, Matt said it. He thought they were Broncos colors, and you were in mourning.
Nope.
Pete, Shabby has a request, apparently. Have you done your nails as well? No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, thanks, Shabby.
Yeah.
Sure,
Scuba,
come on over.
Scuba dyed his hair. Apparently. The last time I saw Shabby, I caught a little bit of ZSR. Looks like he's a little browner these days too. So good for him. Pete.
Sir.
Why didn't you tell me he was trained by Anakin Skywalker?
Yeah. Shouldn't you have led with this? Why the hell am I the last to know about these things? I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I was getting such Darth helmet vibes off of this too. I was like,
Totally.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what do you guys know more about the backstory between these two? I know he knows him because I read one of the books or something. When he finds this out though, Pete, how does this change his tactics, or does it scare him, or is he much more confident now because he knows him? What's up?
I think he's clearly, because it's Thrawn, he's much more confident because now he knows what he's facing. He knows Vader's tactics. He, can then translate that's going to go to how Ahsoka's going to behave because Anakin trained her. So thanks for this. I could have used this earlier, but I'm going to adapt, overcome, and we're gonna move on with what I want to do, because again, Thrawn's always 3 steps ahead of everybody else, which is, I love it.
I think if this was Vader, Morgan Elsbeth would have been dead by now. First you said Ahsoka was dead,
Yep.
Now she's here. Now you didn't tell me. Apology accepted, Captain Elsbeth. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Kat, did you agree with Pete's assessment of that? He's like, all right, cool, now I know what I'm dealing with, or is he nervous like Matt thinks he is?
No, I don't think he was nervous. I think he was surprised a little bit. Now, here's the kind of I was told, because I haven't read the newer Thrawn stuff, but I was told in one of them he ends up doing a mission with Anakin and for Padme or something like that, and they find out that he's his apprentice. So I don't know where that lies in their canon, whatever. So a little bit with that, but to me, I was so much happier when this scene came about because I felt like this is more the Thrawn that we saw in Heir of the Empire and also for Rebels, because when some new piece of information comes to him, he kind of goes, oh, and then you see him calculating and him like basically strategizing, and then he was like, okay, this option's out, we're gonna go with this way. So I was a lot more happy. I'm still not 100% sold on him being the physical actor, but at least the Thrawn we know, the calculating, the calmness. I loved that with it. And he even, talked about, as we kind of go on, of him shifting his plans, because now he goes, we got to figure this out, because if she's anything like her master, unpredictable, all this kind of stuff, I have to shift. And he's got to control her with all the variables and stuff like that as we go on with the conversation. But I think it brought back more to who we recognized in Rebels for sure. So I'm happy with that one.
And Shabby, just keep your eyes closed when Thrawn talks, and it's good.
Yeah. Because he said he wasn't very intimidated. Yeah, we're not real good with the physical actor on this one.
You know what? Just print out a picture of Thrawn from Rebels, and then just when he's talking, just hold it up. block the voice out. There you go. Just block him out. It's fine.
Kat, you should teach a class on interactive entertainment. I like it. That's a good one.
But Shabby, if you want to catch him in Vegas, he is performing with the Blue Man Group.
Pete is on fire. There's no stopping him today. So Shabby. Oh, I apologize. Then I just assumed because I have all this going on. This is natural. So all right, man. Good for you. Shabby has that hair like you do too, Pete. He takes his hat off and it's like drives me crazy. Love you both. Oh man. Kat, I put this up really quick. It's one of those slides we could talk about as long as you want or briefly, but I just loved Hu Yang. If we stay out here much longer, we're going to get pulverized. And I was like, well, this sounds familiar.
Just a little bit. Thanks. I'm sure Han appreciated they did that just like Ahsoka did. Like, it's fine. We got it. I got the Force. It's fine. We'll hide, which is a very other classic Star Wars thing. We'll just hide amongst the rubble. And then, wait, that's too soon. I'll talk about
okay.
With that. I forgot we have that slide, so.
Fair enough.
But, yeah.
And that's okay because Blue is desperately trying to get us to jump to different slides and stuff like that. I'm not ignoring you,
no,
Blue.
No.
Yeah. Well, we're not there yet. Okay, we're
not there.
Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, I saw your other question too. We're actually going to make some predictions towards the end here, and I have slides where we will talk about what these guys think of the end. But Pete, this whole interaction at this point, Ahsoka seems like an entirely different character almost to me since she had that revelation with Anakin. Are you seeing that here? And do you agree with me, or what's up?
Yeah, never tell me the odds.
Right. You're right. She's so cool now.
Yeah, she's just cool as a cucumber, and let's hide. Shut it all down. And let's just take a second, all right? Rather than being impetuous and just trying to fight our way into the planet, like let's just take a breath. We just popped out of a whale mouth and got our ass handed to us. Let's take a breath.
Yeah, I was a lot happier with Rosario Dawson, at least to this point in this episode, than a lot of what we've seen before, for sure. So.
I like that she's back in her own show.
Right. Novel concept. Yeah.
I like that humor was brought back in this episode too, because she makes jokes with them, and stuff like that. Like he's him saying like, "I warned you," and she's like, "You did? Why didn't you warn me?" Or so, or why didn't you say something? And he's like,
she's totally yanking his chain.
And she's just smiling at him. Yeah, but there's that throughout the show, and I like that they brought it back, so it's not so serious, but it just shows the progress she made.
Agree. And you know what? Ahsoka could cure cancer and Rick would still hate her. So
she just wants her to be bitter.
Yeah, can she just die already? Oh, man. Pete, let's stick with you because I'm pretty sure Kat's going to have a little bit to say on this. We get Space Aladdin back. Are you happy with how? Yeah, I know. Are you happy with? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hold on. Ahsoka is cancer. Sorry about that. Yeah, she needs to cure herself. Okay, sorry. Got you, Rick. But what were you thinking on this one there, Pete? Is this driving you crazy? Or are you happy with the way they're doing this when we start here?
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
So this interaction, I'm like, and here's some crappy writing. It's
thank you. Yes.
Complicated.
Yeah. Really? That's how we're gonna wrap up freaking Return of the Jedi and how that it's complicated. So Battle of Endor. Oh. What it's complicated. I mean, twice she says that, and I'm like, oh, for shit's sakes. How about some better dialogue here? I mean, I don't have any trouble with how, Ezra looks. Again, I've said it before. He looks like his father in that dream sequence that he was tempted with Palpatine, so I have no trouble buying that. But it just, again, those two were closer in Rebel, like there was a bigger bond there than what this is being portrayed as in live action, and it just kind of rubs me the wrong way a bit.
Okay.
But again,
I'm gonna go over. I'm sorry. Go, Pete. I'm sorry.
I mean, they can only act what lines they're given, and so yeah, I'm like shitty writing.
Yeah, I could tell that this whole dynamic between them has just been like, did these two know each other? It's a little weird. I agree with you, Pete. Kat, before I go over to you, Ed 5, you are the man. Thank you so much. With $10 Australian is like what, $47, Pete, or something? Good Lord. Smash that like button. Paul has a shiny helmet and he isn't ashamed to admit it. No, I am not.
He polishes it all the time.
Yes, because they get super dusty, and my wife likes to help, and she's just a good wife, and she wants to help me get through it quickly. So, you know what happens when you hit us with a super chat or a super thanks?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ed 5. I do appreciate that. You are the man. Let's go back over here, Kat. All right, what you got on this so far? Because my take, this actor is doing a good job. The male that's playing him, I forgot his name. I'm not sure what I think about the interaction with the two, though.
Okay, so far, I will say he's not bothering me this episode. She is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's switched. Like he's been, even in the last, very last few parts, they reunited. My problem's been her. Like if you watch Rebels, it's basically Ezra having a crush on her the whole entire time. It's complicated.
It's going to be the answer to everything now.
Yeah, it's complicated. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch ZSR tomorrow if I can catch a lot of it and see how many times Shabby tells people, it's complicated. So
it's complicated. It's fine.
Sorry about that, Kat. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Why is Jen mad at you? It's complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated, right? Yeah.
Yeah, what was I saying? Cool. So it's like I said in Rebels, the whole time he's got this huge crush on her, right? And he's always kind of like pining after her and that kind of stuff. So it's not like they're not close. They become a family, all that kind of stuff. So it's just like, really, is it so awkward because she's not telling him the truth? But I just want him to lose it with her. Like I just want her to spit it out. She told him everything else that happened, just spit it. And he even tries to like pull stuff out a little bit of like, oh, I can't wait to go home. And she's like, yeah. So anyway, Ahsoka's trying to trade me.
It's complicated.
Right? She keeps just like ignoring all this. And I have to say, I love the fact that he said what all of us have been thinking. What? Why? Why is Ahsoka treating you?
Yeah.
You're not more sensitive.
Her face even's like,
what?
What'd you say?
She's so pissed off about it. She's all like, what's that supposed to mean? You're not force sensitive. Why are you shocked? Like, yeah, you could wield the dark saber, the lightsaber, but why would she train you? It's such a
I was
weird
hoping you would
concept,
bring that up. Yeah.
I loved it. That's what I've been saying. Like, why did she choose? I can understand, teach Ezra or do something with him. Not that he really needs much more, but still, she was Ezra, not her.
Yeah.
So,
all the rest
I'm
of us
just
are thinking
with
of her.
Yeah, but I so far, even throughout the rest of the episode, I didn't have a problem with him. It's her that I have a problem with, which is kind of hard to say and admit, but
I know, right?
Glad
because
he's not ruin it for it.
Space Aladdin, exactly. Yeah, I was like, oh god.
Yeah,
that's what Bailey used to call him, so that's where I got it from. Kat, 2 questions.
Yes.
First question. Is she ever going to just spill the beans that she just about screwed everybody and he's going to be upset about it? Or are they smoothing it over with this kind of dialogue and hoping we forget about it?
No, Ahsoka's going to tell on her and then he's going to be pissed.
Got it.
That's what I think is that because he even said you later on, with the comment about, Ahsoka and stuff like that. And he's like, wait, you thought this? So, I mean, obviously, and with how where Ahsoka's at personally now, she's going to tell because she has to. But I no, Sabine will not own up to it.
Okay.
No.
Pete, I'm going to ask you the same question, so think about what your answer might be. But before we move over to you, Pete, Kat, Ed 5 wants to know, does anybody think those contacts that he wears look really painful? Because they look really thick and hard to put in. Are you thinking that same thing too, Kat?
So I had a weird thing. Like, as we see them like fight and stuff like that, I swore there's certain parts where like they're really blue, like you can tell. And then I swore, because I was like, I think I'm going crazy, but I swore like during the fight scenes they were like even bluer because they were like the brightest thing on the screen. I was like, what is going on? Is that because he's using the Force? Like I don't. And then other shots like they're dull again. So I don't know if it was just because of how it was filmed, but it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm with you. I think somebody played with the color dial on it. Like, no, they need to be a little more bluer. And then like,
and then turn
okay,
it
I'm
off.
gonna go get a sandwich. You know, and then they're like, oh shit, there's like 5 more scenes we need to do that to if you're gonna do that.
Right, because it's like all of a sudden he would turn and it's like after the battle and Ahsoka comes up.
Yeah, it's more back to like steely gray.
It's like, oh, it's black. Wait, what? So
Weird.
I thought it was going crazy because it was bothering me.
Fair enough. They do. When he first showed up, I was like, wow, those look like thick contact lenses they've got on that boy. Wow.
Yeah.
Pete, are they just going to smooth over the fact that Sabine basically almost screwed them all completely? Or is it going to come to a head at some point next episode?
It's going to come to a head in season 2.
Okay.
Some throat hug action going on from it.
Right. You did what? Exactly. Oh, let's get on down to some of the comments here. Ezra spoke to the audience, and then no doubt, why?
What?
Awesome.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sabine's been the worst since episode 1 of this show. Yeah.
It's like, you were good at fighting with sticks, but
Right.
Yeah.
sabers?
Yeah, no doubt. This has been the thread running through this show. Shag,
Right,
I think
Chevy?
these two agree with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, I love Balin.
Yeah, Jonathan. Oh yeah, man. We've talked about that too. What a shame. At least, as Kat put it, this is his swan song. I think this is one of the last things he did
Seriously.
before he passed
Yep.
away. So yeah. And of course, actually, guys. Which I got the wrong one. There we go. Ezra's eyes are 200% CGI, not context.
Something.
Fair enough, Rick. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, cool. Let's go here. So we're starting. Speaking of which, I'm glad actually this works out well. Pete, we're starting to get a little bit more about these two, and that later on we get a huge revelation from Balin about where he's going in the future. But up to this point, I mean, we've gotten very little. How are these characters? I think I already know the answer. How are these characters doing? What are you thinking about them? What's going on in your head, man?
I like that, we see that, they might be as a group riding out to what Shin and the little red Badlin guys think is the goal, but Balin is clearly already on his other path. Like, I'm going to have to leave you now. Why don't you go be a great lapdog for Thrawn? I think you'll do well in the new Empire, but you're going to do it without me. I mean, he's just like, which I loved. I love that he's not being Thrawn's lapdog. Like, let's go kick their ass, eh? He's like, yeah, that's not why I'm here. See ya.
And you guys can just pop in on this one. Do either of you have any conjecture, and there's a lot of it on the internet and on YouTube, as to what the heck he's going after on this planet? Kat, Pete, anybody?
See, there's so many different
World
ways
between
this
worlds.
could go.
I don't. Obviously there's a greater power behind. That's more powerful than Jedis and Sith and Night Sisters. Like there's something bigger and badder and better. Well, maybe not better, but yeah.
So. In the same breath, Matt's like, I know it's not Abeloth or whatever. I've heard that one. I'm not even sure what that is. And Mike's like, it's Abeloth. So I think everybody's he's looking for the great MacGuffin. Kat, what were you going to say? Did you have any? This is the conjecture episode because we're closing out in 9 days. What do you think he's looking for here? If you even have an idea.
So I kind of says before, what is Thrawn and the Night Sisters running from? Like, because I felt like that we got to get off this planet. I understand he wants to get back to the other galaxy and stuff like that. But there's like, they are beat up. They even said they lost a lot of resources through all this stuff. So it's like, who are they afraid of? So, I mean, there's so many different things. Like, I was kind of like looking up of who could be a good enemy for Ahsoka and all that kind of stuff, which brought me to there was when you come up with Mortis, there was a chick that was like a follower, and then she became the mother, and then she got excommunicated to another planet. So I mean, I could see where it could be her because she is a great power. She would hate Ahsoka because Ahsoka has that connection with Mortis with the daughter. That's why you see the Alf following around with her all the time in Rebels and stuff like that. So I mean, but there's so many. But is this their way of doing like, oh, it's Snoke? Is that who we find? You know, the Emperor. Is that their way of tying in?
God,
And that's what I don't want to go. I know I don't want to
Yeah.
go there, but is that what they're trying to do? So is it that, or so I'm kind of like, let's go with some kind of Legends theory. Let's find somebody from Legends books and all these other people. So that's what I'm lensing, is somebody not to be Snoke and all that. But
time to leave
that
dog pile.
I'm afraid they're going to go that way because they're trying to connect everything and try to justify that mess they made. But I'm hoping it's a Legends thing, that it's not going to be what Balin actually thinks, that type thing. So I don't know, but I also want, since it is the Ahsoka show, it's got to be somebody that could easily have a grudge with Ahsoka as well. So that's kind of why I was thinking it would be the Mortis mother.
Well, I will tell you, for as much conjecture as you have, you guys saw some of the comments I put up, and there's everything from very serious, very deep cuts to, a couple of, comedic ones in there. So I'm hoping that we get some level of resolution for this next week. So really quick, Gilster has snuck in on us. It's always good to see you, Gilly.
Gilster.
Yeah. And Wizard Wiz is in the house. Good to see you.
Wizard.
What's up?
Excuse me. Kat, let's stay with you. This is another one of those slides that I've come to know you since we've been doing this together, that I know I don't have to say anything about. I can just put it up and get out of the way.
Yeah, so I love that he's asking them for help. So I have a few things about this. So Huang's trying to I'm trying to do the search, for him. I can't come anything. So Ahsoka's like, well, I got it. I'm going to try and use the Force, which we've seen, Luke asking Leia for help, but, with Empire and stuff when he's tossed out and stuff and armless or handless. So I love that they bring out the Treasure Balls 2.0. To help do the search and stuff like that. But my question is, so we see her connect with Sabine, right? And then she's all like, I know exactly where it is. Well, then that automatically cuts to them saying, we have her. So here's what I'm learning. So we know that before them hiding amongst the rebel, it's, Han did it, Hera did it in Rebels. But what they did is they turned off the droids. Like, they turned off 3PO, she turned off Chopper, so they couldn't be found. Were they tracking Huang and Ahsoka through Huang because he was on, or was it because she was using the Force to connect with Sabine? Mm-hmm. So I was kind of like, oh, which way is it? What? I mean, not that it means much, but but I love that he was like, okay, we're going to do this on my terms. We're going to flesh her out. So I love that he had to use these ladies, these nice little ladies, to help pinpoint it. So I thought it was pretty cool how they did it.
Pete, same question, man. I mean, when you see these girls,
it's Macbeth. It's the three witches from Macbeth, and I like that they're gathering around the cauldron, our hollow projection, and we're working a little magic with the K mojo to find her. I took it as Ahsoka's trying to, is your bond really that strong?
Yeah.
Yes, damn it, I can, but I took it as the fact that she was trying to actively communicate with Sabine, that just helped the Night Sisters, like, oh, we found her. Like, thanks for making our job even easier. Like, we can sniff out a Jedi, but you just made it, like, stupid easy.
Everybody in the chat seems to agree with you guys that they're using the balls to enhance. It's hard to say it and keep a straight face.
Treasure Balls 2.0.
They're using Treasure Balls 2.0, thank you, to enhance their abilities in the Force. And then, as we see in a minute here, Ahsoka just makes it. They're like, well, darn, that was easy. Never mind. Almost. Boop, boop. Yeah. So although these are technology, they're more magic Force-based. Is that what you guys think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pete, I do little stupid stuff when I'm looking at these episodes, and I just got a kick out of this. I don't know if you noticed or cared, especially since you're Scuba, Pete. But look, it's little space shrimp. Did you notice those, Pete?
Yeah, the little krilly guys, you know, like the whales
krill,
would eat it. Like, get out of here.
Right. Oh my God. Kat, I'm silly. What did you think, or did you notice or care?
No, I liked it
little-
because I was like, what are those? Because I was like, is it like what are they called? What do whales eat?
Krill.
Plankton?
Yeah, krill. So yeah,
Krill or
whatever
whatever?
it is,
Yeah, okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Mhm.
straight.
But I was like, what are those? Like, is that like their type of last meal? Like, well, I gotta eat before I die. Like, you know, like what's that about? And then somebody had said, oh, it's baby space whales. I was like, that's where they go to die. But okay, so I don't really know what they are, but I want to know what they are.
Don't be silly. Whales eat krill. Oh, look, krill.
That's
krill.
the thing. You know, they're gonna die. Let's eat one more time. Okay, let's eat one more time.
You know what? You know what I got out of this though? I got you know how there's Peter, what is it on sharks? Smaller fish will swim around them and eat like the stuff out of. I thought these were the little things swimming around, picking the remaining flesh off the bones.
Parasites, yeah. I mean, if you take take a look at decaying fish, what latches onto them so rapidly, especially down in the abysses where you know they've put a submersible camera. Not to go all nerdy, but I'm doing it.
Please.
So you know we've recorded. You know when a carcass goes down there, there's all these like giant sea lice that just you know they appear out of nowhere and start digesting that. So yeah, totally plausible. But I like these little nods like that.
Yeah. It adds a lot of, you know, for people who are like stupid like me, or stupid's a bad word, but who like pay attention to everything, like the rank plaques and stuff. I just got a kick out of noticing stuff like that.
It helps build the world that you're in. You know what I mean? The small little details help make it more real, and it helps immerse you into the story. And you're like, oh, this, and this. Because, if it wasn't there, you wouldn't notice. But it's just another layer to appreciate. So, not stupid.
Concentrate on that stuff and stop skewering people with lightsabers.
Right.
Like
it's a flesh wound.
Yeah,
God.
It's only in the stomach. It's fine. Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
I love Ed 5. Definitely not Creel. There's the difference. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And not Kroll.
And not Kroll. Yeah, that's different too. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Pete, I'd like to stick with you on this one because I'm interested in what you have to say about this. Good idea. Plausible, because we know Sabine sucks, as you like to put it. And I love the way you put that, by the way. And what did you think?
I liked that they didn't like carry out a conversation. Like there's just enough bond to Sabine, Ahsoka, you know, and it's not like they had a conversation. It seemed just about right. Like, you know, Sabine still sucks in the Force, and she could barely get like a little boop boop signal. You know, maybe if she took one of the naughty antennas and held it, she might have picked up more.
So you're saying you're okay with the limited way they did this to advance the plot, right?
Yeah.
Because something I didn't bring up earlier is Hu Yang spends 10 minutes talking about the astronomical odds of them finding anybody, being in the right system, or even being near the planet she's on. And right here, I'm like, wow, plot device. So, okay. Kat?
I think the whales are much better than we give them credit for. That's where I landed with that. Like,
fair.
Peridia, like, that's where you want to go? Okay, yeah, we'll go. Yeah, we know about them. Yep, let's go.
And I don't know why she didn't just say that to Hu Yang, because when she was standing on the ship doing her Jonah, I thought she was communicating with him, going, "Hey, we need to go where that ship went," and they were like, "Cool, get in." That's what I.
Yeah, that's how I took it. Yeah.
Okay.
Not like we'd like a ride anywhere you're going.
Yeah, just stop us off. We call it random Uber here. It's cool if you leave me here. Dave, Pete's concerned about going nerdy while on a show reviewing Ahsoka.
Well,
that's
there's Star Wars nerdy, and then there's I like science.
I like science, yeah. I like science underwater. I'm Scuba Pete. Yeah. Well, I'm sure we all appreciated it. Thanks, Dave.
Yes.
Yeah. Kat, a little too far with the, as JT puts it, Luke, considering Sabine sucks, or the right amount?
No, I think it was good because she's trying to locate her. She's not asking for, you know, Sabine to talk back with her and be like, hey, tell me where you're at. She's trying to find her because they got it. Because Hewing said, I can't locate her. I don't know what to do. Like, are we being blocked, or is it just because I can't get through because of where we're at? So, and I like it because now with Leia, we know that she was force sensitive. We didn't know it at the time, but she understood Luke fully. She goes, I just know where he's at. I know what we need to do. Sabine was like, I got nothing going on. What? It's familiar. So I said Ahsoka. I don't know. She couldn't even tell that to Ezra. You know, so I definitely don't think she's force sensitive at all. Even though some people are like, well, that means she is. No, she's not. We're not going to make her.
She's got a tiny
little. So I think it was enough because she just needed to basically get her attention so Ahsoka could pinpoint her. So I thought it was fine.
You know, and I agree with you guys. I was a little worried at first when she started doing that. I'm like, oh, don't. The example I would use is the Rock doesn't need to be strong in the Force for Luke to move the rock around. She can send a message to someone that doesn't have to be strong in the Force because everybody is still connected. So that's what, is that fair? Is that a fair assessment, Cap?
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Pete, you mentioned it earlier, so we're going to take a little bit of a deep dive on this one, and I got to tell you, this actress is just impressing the hell out of me. Baylan looks at her and says, go take your place amongst the Empire. My path is different from yours. And she's like, the hell did you just say? Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what's going on. Let me have it, brother.
I love that you got this screen capture because, I mean, look at that just absolute betrayal. Like, what? Right. Master, apprentice, what part of this relationship did I misunderstand? Like, we're a team.
I've got a braid.
I like, look.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just like, I think we're done here. You know, if I can just pass one final thing on to you. And she's like, what? You know. But her eyes, again, you know, we've talked about some of the eye acting in this being really good. This is really good with Shin, just that betrayal of, I cannot believe the words that just came out of your mouth.
Right. It caught me off guard, too. I was like, what is he doing? Pete, before we go over to Kat, I want you to opine on something, please, sir. Is he scared of what she's becoming, and that's why he's like, go over there with those crazy Empire people? Is he legit done with her training in his mind, and he just gives her one more piece of advice? Or does he not want to share what he's about to have? Why is he cutting her loose? What do you think, Pete?
I think my take is that, he's seen her numerous times. Like, you know, she's like this kind of rabid dog and we're gonna be super powerful, and the guy, you know, like, we're gonna rule the Empire, you know. And he's like, boy, you keep bringing that up. Wow. Okay, so that's clearly where your mind's at. I'm thinking a much more. Again, I don't know what the heck I wish we had just an inkling of what in the world we're chasing here, but I'm just going on what this episode has given us and the prior ones. There's a bigger purpose for him, and she's happy to just, you know, hang out with Thrawn and just, you know, whoop the crap out of the old galaxy. And yes, I want to be a baddie.
I like what Ed 5 said here. And I've told my daughter once, no, you're not going to that guy's house. That's the same look I got. Yeah.
How dare you, Daddy?
What did you just say to me? Yeah, I was like, whoo, you better be careful, girl.
You're ruining my life.
Yeah, I know. I'm never get anything I want. Yeah, exactly.
You don't understand me.
Right. Oh, my God. I'm having flashbacks, Kat. You're good at that. Kat, first of all, tell me, like, I mean, what you thought of this scene, and you just saw what Pete and I just said about this actress, and then if you want, just kind of flow right into why is Baylan doing what he's doing?
So I was kind of heartbroken for this because I love them together. I love their characters, and they have such a great chemistry, master and apprentice and stuff like that. So I was kind of like, no, why are they separating? What does this mean? No, what's going on? So I felt for her, and with her acting, again, we've talked through the whole series with her eye acting, you felt her heart breaking. Like, when I look at this picture, she's so confused of like, what the crap's going on? I thought we were like, I don't understand everything, but I thought we were doing this together. And also with her kind of cutting her loose, she's never understood him. She's never understood what Scuba had said. He's always having to re-explain stuff of like, no, not this kind of power. and like there's something bigger, and all of a sudden she's just not seeing it. And like with a week ago or whatever, when she's like, sometimes stories are just stories, and he's just kind of like, she still doesn't get it. She's just not seeing what he sees. And I totally choked up when I'm like, he still cares so much about her because he doesn't want to see her die, because why else would he tell her that line of impatience for victory? What is it? Will guarantee defeat. Yeah. So, right. And so he doesn't want to see her destroyed. He doesn't want to see anything bad happen to her, but they're completely on a different path. So it literally broke my heart for her. Like I was really upset.
Yeah, that was kind of the impression. I mean, she's one of the outstanding actors in this series by far. And it was kind of I do a lot of parallels, and the parallel I got was when Qui-Gon Jinn was in front of the Jedi Council, and he decided right out of the blue, right in front of Obi-Wan Kenobi, that he was ready for the trials, and there's little more he can learn from me. I think that's where Balin was. He's like, look, I've done all I can. You're going to have to decide what your path is from here. There's a little more you can learn from me. One more thing, and then get out of here. That's what I got out of it. And, so. Yeah, JT. She looks like she's saying, "You gonna eat that whole cake yourself?" Oh, let's see what Matt had to say. My take is that he worked as a mercenary post Order 66, but he's definitely doing this mission for his own purposes, not what he was hired for. And Shabby agrees. I agree too. Someone said he was never a mercenary. It aligned with his purpose.
It aligned with what he wanted and what he see. Because it doesn't. I mean, if he really truly wanted to kill Ezra, he could go down there and take him out. Like they're that good. Like they could just take those two and knock him out. But he really doesn't want to do that. Like no, I didn't get that vibe at all. Yeah, it has no purpose. It's redundant at this point with him.
Agree. What a well written, in depth character. Yes. I mean, he's more fun to watch than the protagonist. So I love it.
Yeah, it's like every episode you're like, damn it, he's dead.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, that's a good place to segue, Pete, because we'll start with you on this one. Because as soon as I saw this, I just, I remember thinking to myself, our old westerns of yore. We get a good old horse and wagon chase here, and a bunch of levity with these little Jawa creatures. Man, what are you thinking, bro?
Howdy ho! It's time to circle the wagons.
Exactly right. Is this a little too on the nose, or a little too stupid, or was it fun, Pete?
I mean, no, we've seen in the movies and in plenty of TV shows that we're knocking off, Western tropes.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not? I like that we could circle the wagons. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good. And the fact that Ezra's like, which I felt like this part of this episode was very much like a Rebels episode that we would get, with like a subplot, like, the one naughty breaks down and he's like, look, we're going back. We're gonna, and even despite the bigger goal or plan, it's like, no, we're gonna go make this right. Like that's very typical Ezra, rather than abandoning them. Like just keep, yeah. Sorry about your luck.
Right. Kat, same question. Is this a little too cutesy and a little silly for what was ostensibly one of the most dangerous planets in the universe, or did you like it?
I mean, Star Wars has cutesy throughout it. Look at the Ewoks, right? Which I totally got vibes from them because they're throwing rocks at the guys trying to survive, trying to go it. But I love that. When they were breaking down camp, because he's like, the last episode, we got to help them move. We don't stay in one place. I thought they were tents. I didn't know they were vehicles. So I was like, oh, the gypsies are moving. That's awesome. Okay, go people. So I liked that it was more protected. It wasn't just, tents and stuff like that. But I got a vibe of Western, of Lord of the Rings, and the wargs chase after them on the dog-like creatures, and attack them and that kind of thing. But it's cutesy, but I love them. They're adorable like the Ewoks. It's fine.
Hey, how about
they gotta have a little trouble.
That Mr. Nice Wolf, he's loaded in with the naughties. Like he's not even.
He's like, no,
I'm like, of course you are, you big chicken. Like,
right. Everything here. Yeah.
Everything okay out there? No. Oh god.
No.
I love that though.
Right?
I love that.
I was gonna ask you guys, did you see the wolf? Yes, I got a kick out of that. He's like, yeah.
Because I was like, where is he? Oh, he's inside. Of course he's inside. All right.
Like, of course he is.
You got to protect that dog. He's loyal.
I got a huge space Winnebago Airstream vibe off of these. That's what I got. Yeah, because so and him making them shut the windows and stuff and throwing rocks, absolutely entertaining.
Yeah.
Kat, you guys mentioned this before we came on. Apparently, this is like something that she has done before or reminds you of. Because I thought this was horribly implausible. There's got to be a better way to get her out of the shit. But what would you think, ma'am? I mean, come on, man.
No, I mean, it's very like Clone Wars-esque. We're just gonna fly out, jump out, not look. And I mean, is it because she's force sensitive? Like, her spidey senses are going off if there's danger. A massive rock down there. I mean, she does take a little tumble. But she's just like, screw it, I got it. And I love the little action right before that, though, with him and Hewing. Because she's all like, just get the landing or the timing right. And he's all like, he's like, well, and he's like, I felt really bad about it, too. She's like, no, you didn't. And she just goes out. He's messed this up before. But she's just kind of like, no, you did it. And I'm still going to do it. So, okay, all right, well.
He kind of says it over his shoulder. She's, I felt really bad about that. She's like, no, you didn't. Right.
Not at all. But I mean, she took a little slip, and then she kind of, did the whole Jedi slide after the first roll. But yeah, it's very Clone Wars-esque. So
fair enough.
It's fine. I mean,
Kat, excuse me, Pete. You remember when the we're in space Star Wars and they just tied a rope around a woman and threw her in the water? That's I was like, there's got to be.
There you go.
Did you think this was cool, Pete, or what did you get out of it?
Yeah, it was totally a callback to Clone Wars scenes where we've seen them slide out the door like that. But it was I like the lead up to it because it was very much like Sahara, like, hey, we're gonna pull a Panama. A Panama? What what's a Panama? No. They like just do the thing. Just get your timing right this time. That quick banter, that's good comedy, in a tense moment. I also thought her sliding out didn't look as rough as some of the scenes that we've seen in movies where they do that, in the prequels where you were like, that was a little like, let's do a really far away shot and we'll try to sell it. And it's like, yeah, no.
That's fair. Rick's like, I guess stairs turning into a slide is the new Star Wars thing. I just got the impression they did that so the rolling droids could get up there easier, but Captain Practical here, I don't know. So.
Well, it's also pretty helpful if you have enemies trying to get up there. It's a slide out, you know what I mean? They can't just walk up the stairs if they're trying to fly and get out, just make the enemy slide out.
Jonathan, oh no, Rick, it's about to get worse.
Uh-oh.
Rick, this is the stupidest part of this episode. Oh my goodness.
Safety Jedi slides are located here,
here,
and here.
And here. Yep. I'm glad you guys touched on it. The best part of that scene. I really feel bad about that. No, you don't. That was awesome. Yeah. Pete, I'd like to stick with you on this one because as soon as she recovers from her slide, all I could hear was the whistle from Clint Eastwood.
Yep. I'm like, as long as we're circling the wagons, let's really sell this Western trope. I'm down with it. I like that. That's where she went. Like, put me with Balin. We need to have a little round two moment. At no point did I think one was going to best the other. This was exactly what it was meant to be. She's buying some time for, her people. Try to keep him out of it, even though he's like, I'm not even going to be in it. I don't even want to be into that. I'm not going down there to do battle. But all right, I'll try to whoop your ass one more time. Yeah. But the fact that she's like, nope, this time I'm double lightsabering, and she's totally, doing the samurai pose. Good stuff.
Right. Yeah. Really quick, I get a kick out of this exchange. They slide now? Rolando, they slide now. You guys crack me up. So the funny part is they don't even actually start really dueling yet. It's like, because we're going back and forth because everybody's fighting and stuff like that. But this right here, Kat, I was kind of surprised when she pulled up on Balin. Obviously, Pete wasn't. What did you think, ma'am? And was this the right move?
So I was shocked because I thought she was closer to Ezra and Sabine, but I really liked it. And then I went, oh crap, don't die, Balin. Like, I know it's the Ahsoka show, but I love Balin. I was like, oh no, I want to see what he's there for. Like, please don't make him injured. Like, I was rooting for him not to die. But she's so different with this battle. Like, she's got a smile on her face. She's so much calmer. She is totally a different person during this duel, which we have more slides on that, so we'll see that with that. But it's not the same person. And like you said, we even see she's got a new pose. So okay, cool. So she kind of like let stuff off, and how she was posed, like, I've never seen that before. So yeah, it's definitely a more interesting duel, which I really liked. But I was hoping Balin was going to be okay.
I love Michael Hendrickson here. I expected Ahsoka to have a Gandalf moment. You shall not pass, and then right away, yeah, that was awesome. Kat, I'd like to stick with you because I just love throwing the Space Aladdin slides at you. I actually enjoyed this for some strange reason, even though it didn't make any sense until later. How about you, ma'am?
So I because I haven't had a problem with him and it's been with her, like, I liked this little exchange, and they're kind of like going back and forth. She's like, no, take it. No, I don't need it. You take it. You've been training. Like, it's fine. But I also felt like it was kind of like a little like diss to her, because he's like, I got the Force. That's my ally. Like, that. So
good
you don't
point.
have that,
Yeah.
but I do. And we'll see. We'll show you how a real Jedi does. We'll show you what real training does, because I didn't even need your blaster. So I like that little dig.
I didn't even catch that.
But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was funny, and some of the parts were a little hard, it wasn't really smooth with the Force, but once I watched it a few times, I'm like, it doesn't matter, it's just a good fighting scene with them. So
Pete, a little bit of levity right before things start to get pretty hectic. What are you thinking about this exchange here, sir?
Yeah, you take the gun. No, you take the gun. I don't need the gun. Yeah, I thought it was. I gave it to you. Like, it's your saber now. The fact that he's, transitioned beyond even a saber, like, he doesn't require it. He might be a Boken Jedi, but he's not a broken Jedi.
Yeah, that's what you did there. Yeah.
He's gotten way better. So I was like, bring on the Force pushes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was curious to see if he was rusty or not. Did he forget a lot of things? Because you forget it's been 10 years. So.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Jonathan, and then 10 seconds after this, he has to grab a blaster. Fair enough, John. For a second there.
He's got to shoot a laser.
Kat, just a production note here. Your camera is off. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I had to
just
get up
making
and
sure.
turn on my AC, but I didn't think you guys needed to see me struggle getting off the bed.
No, it's all good. I just want to make sure you knew. I figured there was something going on. Yeah. And of course, Rick, as always, I almost broke my fingers. They were crossed so hard, hoping Ahsoka would die again. Good Lord, man. Yeah. Jonathan, I can relate. Yeah. And of course, David did. No one's died except some warriors and troopers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm morbid. We got to lose at least one of the main characters. Good Lord. Anyway. So, Kat, you kind of mentioned the battle between them right there at the what do you call it, the wagon roundup? But
OK Corral.
OK Corral. Thank you. Right there. You know what I was talking about, Pete. You feel me? Kat, what did you think? You mentioned some of it, but can you go? Do you have any greater detail about this? Because we know what he says later. We have a slide for that. But like, she's using a bunch of different stances and stuff. You said, what's going on here? What'd you think?
So I don't like, throughout the whole thing, so it kind of brought me back with when she was fighting the Inquisitor. She was very precise. She saw an opening, she took it. There was so many openings with Balin. She could have killed him several times, and she didn't. That wasn't what she wanted. She doesn't want to kill him. She just needs to distract him a little bit for her to get away. So I really like that, because that's not before. She had so much hate and bother. Just, I got to take him out. I got to do this. And now it's like, no, you're not my purpose. I don't need to. But I that's why I kept like cringing through it, because I was like, oh no, he's going to die. Because there's so many openings where he's going in and she could have done it. She's like, no, I'm good. I'm over here just chilling. So it just shows that. But I was seriously afraid like he was going to die.
Well, Rick says something here that I'll reserve my opinion of. He says this fight was pointless and it added nothing to the story. Kat, do you agree with that? And if not, do you have a counterpoint to that?
No, because I think he really truly was surprised and shocked to see her again.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they just needed because he's like, you need time to do stuff. I'm here to distract you. I'm here to delay you. And when we see the end shot of him, and it looks like for the first time in the whole show, like he looks really concerned and worried to me. Like, holy crap, how is this going to work out now? Like, to me, it's a hiccup with his purpose. Because it's just like, because he's kind of calculating, okay, well, also too, does this mean Shin's going to die? Is she going to go after Shin? After, like, to me, he's just worried on all levels. So I think it had a purpose, but.
JT, it looks, I want to kick a field goal for some reason. So weird, yeah. Pete, what did you think of this fight? And second of all, so two follow-up questions that you can just kind of fold into each other. Wizzy Wiz agrees or disagrees with Kat and says it looks like Balin could have killed her at will. Do you think one or the other looked like they could have ended the fight? What did you think of it? And do you think this scene was pointless, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, as a viewer, yeah, I felt that it was rather pointless.
Okay.
But it was a good way to have them interact. He needed to see that she was, back from oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, to, again, this is her show. So we need people to know she's in it.
Right.
I didn't take it as one was stronger than the other. I thought they were pretty evenly matched. I mean, you can, I guess, disagree all day long, like we do, whether they could have taken a kill shot or not. Again, Ahsoka's like, well, I got to deal with you. And he's like, I really could give a rip. I'm not even going to go attack your friends. But you don't, she doesn't have the luxury of knowing that. But no, it just, like you said, it didn't advance the plot anymore. They did wipe away from it, multiple times, which I think somebody else said that too. It kind of made it a little more disjointed. And maybe if it was, you got a little bit longer, a few more seconds each wipe, then it would have felt a little more substantial. But cutting away just kind of felt like it cheapened it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, someone mentioned that earlier. It would have been cooler if they had just stayed with them. Yeah, interesting. So, really quick, the reason why I thought they did this, it was to show how Ahsoka had changed, because she's got that cute little grin, like Kat mentioned, and she looks much more comfortable with herself, and her purpose seems to have changed. And I thought that was. Yep. Was it necessary? No, because we know she's changed. But I thought it was them expanding on the fact that post Anakin in the Void, she's a different person now. And so that's what I got out of it. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, did it really advance a whole plot? No. So I guess you could kind of see it both ways. But
Dave,
what did he do?
But we can survive lightsaber.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, see, no one's gonna die. Exactly right. Yeah. That's
fine.
No.
Yeah. Yep. And Rolando, yeah, we've been talking about throughout Bela. We'd love to know what's tugging at him for sure. And of course, here's the thing that we've discussed throughout this. Even if you don't have any military experience, tactically, it does make more sense that Ahsoka go to aid her friends first. Yes. But it also makes more sense to fly over the field of mines or to deploy stormtroopers in better than a 3 tight-knit group so you can just blow them. Military considerations have never been a thing.
It's what's in the script.
Exactly. Walgreens is selling back to Band-Aids for sure.
Oh, that's where they're at. Okay.
Exactly. Kat, you caught something on this that I did not see, so I want you to go first on this one. But I put up this slide because, wow, that was cool. But you noticed something else. Would you please talk about this?
So we've seen it. I've seen it in video game trailers. We've seen it in other stuff with being able to stop the lightsaber with the Force. But this lightsaber has a wobble in it because of it. Like, holy crap. I've never seen that through any of them where it actually affects the lightsaber. So I thought that was like freaking amazing. And it just kind of shows like how powerful he really is. Yeah. That he's actually messing with the lightsaber itself. So I freaked out with that. I thought that was awesome. And I love that she tried to give him a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally had, and his hair's burning still. Like, how did that not like
just a little off the
flames?
top?
Like, just how about right here? I mean, I need to shave a little bit, but I mean, but throughout it, like right before that, though, she's kind of swinging wildly, and I feel like she's so rattled from Balin losing him. Because she's holding it tight, just and she's missing, and she's kind of wild with it. I think she is so shaken up from that she's lost touch a little bit with it. So I think she's kind of off her game, which sucks, but it just shows, like, to me, like how deep their relationship really was with it.
Agree.
You shot my hair.
Yeah, you shot my hair. Dave and Michael have been rubbing it in. Remember, this is the same Stormtrooper army that's a threat to the whole. God, I don't understand why in any movie anybody's ever been terrified of these guys. But yeah, I'm still a Trooper fan. I'm going to stay a Trooper fan. Pete, I actually got the biggest kick out of this when he seems so carefree while he's doing all this as well. What did you think of this fight between these two before she comes in and breaks it up, and what you got?
I took it as how petulant Shin has become in such a short amount of time, and that she fought very much like we saw Sabine with the lightsaber, right? Like, just if I wave it, you're gonna be scared of it, or I'll deflect the bullet, or I'll cut your hair, and he's like, oh, youngling.
So cute. So cute. Yeah. You're just adorable. Yeah. Pete, be honest, because I didn't. Did you notice that the lightsaber was like bendy, wobbling like that? Or
yep, I replayed it. I was like, I was like, huh?
That's because it almost looks like flame coming out of there. It's messing it up so much. That's cool. Yeah, nice. I just got the biggest kick out of that. So yeah. Pete, let's stick with you. You can't defeat me. I don't need to. I mean, where I come from, that's just pimp. That's what we call that. That is pimp.
Right. Yeah.
What you got, brother? What'd you think of this?
It's more to the point that it's like it's just a delay tactic. It's But again, I think this could have been accomplished. Either give me a longer, more drawn out battle, or really shorten it and cut to this kind of dialogue. We were talky before. We actually battled, and there was quid pro quo. We could have rapidly ended it here, and then maybe got a scene where Balin's off-sensing or interacting with whatever he's feeling on this planet. Like, I just like, come on! Again, this episode's only so long.
Yeah. Did this end of this fight surprise you? I didn't see this coming a mile away. I thought somebody was going to get an arm cut off or stabbed and fall over. Or did you see this coming, Pete?
No, these are two heavyweights of this series, and I'm like, no, either. That's why I guess that's why I was just like, oh, whatever, because neither one of them, they're both so super important. Neither one's gonna croak.
Fair enough. Really
it's
quick,
like there's nothing to lose because nobody's gonna hurt the other.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I'm just because I keep holding out for some sort of resolution, but yeah, Rick it's like left coast broken records over there.
Yeah, if it wasn't for those meddling droids.
Oh my God! Yeah, I tell you what, this final episode needs to be amazing for sure. Kat, what did you think of the dialogue and the end to the fight here? And did you see this coming, or were you expecting something different?
So I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping something would distract and he would survive, because I really don't want to see anything bad happen to that man. But I loved it because he's just trying to. I feel like he was, even though we didn't see much of the conversation and he wasn't really going after it, but I think that comment, he was still trying to like get at her because he didn't know like what she's gone through. He doesn't know that she's a different person, and so he's just like, yeah, this is just. You ain't gonna do it. And so the fact that she's so calm, she's all like, yeah, I don't need to. And then boom, like I really liked it. And then because then it's like, oh crap, what happened to him? And then he's like, oh, let's go. And oh, now I'm worried. Now I'm stressed out. And that's just, for me, again, that's so different from what we've seen him with this entire series. He's always been super focused, super know exactly where he's at, and it's like he's worried for the first time, which makes me worried.
You know what, Pete? Next time Kat comes on, her little name pill is going to say Balin's Girl 28 at the rate we're going. So yeah.
Listen, I won't do that to Vader. I won't.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Kat, you heard, or Pete, you heard what Kat just said. Excuse me for that. Towards the end here, after she takes off, he does something that I didn't expect him to do. I thought he was going to like force run after her or something. He just kind of stands there and stares like, what's going through his head, Pete?
I think he is a little miffed that, she's also on Peridia. Like, you're going to ruin my jam. But I hate to sound like a broken record.
Please.
Saw, fine, give me a little longing look and confusion as she rides off. But give me something more to advance the plot. Just a titch. Why do we have to wait for the final freaking episode for, like, everything to just cut loose?
Because it won't happen in the final episode.
Yeah.
This
lasted
I love
like
this
a
episode.
minute.
Yeah, and it's like, come on, give me another dimension to this. I mean, we got the battle going on with the Conestoga wagons. We have a lightsaber battle that's really, win, lose, or draw. Draw. Okay, later. Peace out. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing again?
So I'm glad you brought that up, Pete. At this point, we're about 3/4 of the episode the way through, if not a little bit more. Do you feel like, and I think I know the answer, do you feel like we've gotten resolution to pretty much anything during this one? Or is it just, okay.
Not Jack diddly squat. I mean, I literally, the first time I watched it, I paused it just to look at how many minutes was left, and I'm like, oh, for shit's sakes.
We're not going to get anything, yep.
Yeah.
Kat, I agree with you, Pete, by the way. God, I'm like, man, we spent a whole episode. I don't know anything more.
Are you serious? Did we just waste 10 minutes on wagon battle and...
Right. And stormtroopers dying because you can't find a movie or TV show where that happens, right? Yeah. Oh, it was bunch up. There we go. All right. We'll get to that in a minute. But Kat, before I go off on the tangent, because this is y'all's show, not mine. I forgot what my two questions are going to be. Oh, what is I know, right? Already off on a tangent. What's going I have a theory, but what's going on in his head right now, do you think?
She's going to get in the way of stuff. Like because I kind of said it before, is he had a plan. He thought he took care of her. She's another roadblock of crap, or a bump in the road, or however you want to say it. Like, I think it's completely going to interfere with what he foresaw. Like, he tried to let go of Shin to save her or whatever, but now like I said, I think he's really worried. Like, he doesn't know what's going to happen now. Before, I felt like he was confident. He was like, great, this is my path. This is what I was going to do. Holy crap. What's going to happen now? And no, this episode did not answer anything. We got riddled. We got so many questions last episode. Like, it was just question after question after question. And I'm like, how are they going to answer all this in 2 episodes that are left? And they're not. It's either going to be another season or a movie or something. There's no way they can answer all of these questions with 1 episode. What are they going to do? Make a 5-hour episode? I mean, I would be up for that, but
right.
How, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense. So I don't think a lot of stuff's going to get answered until either, again, next season or a movie or whatever they decide. So
I'm not going to put them all up, but
I'm fine with it. No, you're fine.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you watch the comments, man, Rick is just beating that dead horse and everybody's just piling on. Yeah. I love it. You guys crack me up in the comments. I love it.
You know what's funny is he has a reaction show with how much he hates it. You would think he would not want a reaction show about somebody he hates about, but yet he loves talking about it, but hates talking about it.
Oh, Kat doing a how to win friends and influence people 101. Yes.
I love you, Rick. Awesome. But you're a little backwards, my friend. I mean,
nice,
whatever
Kat.
pays the bills, right?
Right. Yeah. He went from not wanting to show up on camera to as big a narcissist as me, and I love you for it, Rick. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Really quick, what I got out of this, you guys, is him looking at her going, "Wow, that she's changed. What I did not expect that."
Okay.
That's what I got out of that. But I think he's still smooth as butter. He's like, I'm still going to get my plan done because she's going to go do things like worry about her friends, which he clearly is not doing. But I thought he was like, wow, that was damn. Look at her. You go, girl. Too bad it's not going to make a difference. That's what I got out of that. But
I didn't think about that, Paul. Good for you. I didn't think about that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, look at Rick.
That's awesome.
Hello, my name is Rick, and I'm a Star Wars-aholic. Fair enough. Welcome to the club, my brother. Yeah.
That's all you had to say.
Yep. Pete, I love how he's kind of running everything from up here and just seems like as cool as a cucumber. You know a lot more about this character and the backstory. In character, happy with what you see? Is this what you were expecting from Thrawn here?
This is Thrawn at some of his finest playing Stratego.
Stratego, yeah. Right.
The little hexagons.
Yep.
No, I like that he was watching this in real time. Even his, those were acceptable losses. I was like, yes!
Damn. Yeah. My favorite was, we're short one mercenary.
Right, yeah. He's he's taking this new information and rapidly processing it and what it means to the greater plan, which is, thank you for helping us. We are almost loaded.
Right.
That's all this has been, is just keep them busy while we keep loading the coffins of all the dead Night Sisters. Like, come on board.
Kat, you know a little bit more about Thrawn than I do as well. Do you agree with Pete? This classic, I mean, other than the physical appearance, if you hold the paper up with the picture.
Yeah, just put a thumb over his.
Yeah. Right, exactly, yeah. Well acted, are they doing well? Yeah, right? Look at this, yeah. Are they doing good here? Is this what you expected?
Yeah, this is what I missed last episode, because he some of them was off and stuff, but this is the calculating, things are happening, which I find it interesting that Balin basically squashed his plans, because even though he was kind of suspicious of Balin in the last episode, like, oh, well, he's a Jedi, he's flawed, we'll see how he is, but he literally said it's understandable about this because we didn't have Balin. So he had some confidence in the guy, thinking, oh, we could have handled this a lot better if we had Balin. I do like the comments about the Jedi of old, because he's talked about that before. He's studied the Jedi really well from over the years, so he knows it. So he's definitely calm and planning and kind of going the flow, and that's who we fell in love with Rebels. He's exactly like that. So I was really happy to see him like that.
Nice.
And it shows how Morgan is not on the same level.
Oh no, she's like
she said, no, send them more, we need to handle this. They're back together. How dare this? And he goes, slow your roll. That's not what we're doing. I'm going to leave the office now. Because he's like, I'm good. I have it under
I've seen enough.
It's like, you're fine.
Nice.
You can chill, but yeah.
So when you read Jonathan's comments, it's hard to tell what he thinks. So maybe you guys can help me out. Thrawn's plan was dumb as hell. He didn't know about Ahsoka when he sent the mercs after Ezra. Kill Sabine. Ezra can't do jack, and Thrawn has all the time in the world to escape. Damn, Jonathan.
Wow.
The Irish are tough. Dave. Tune in next week. Does Thrawn get off this blinking, dangerous planet? What the heck is Balin thinking? Does Sabine remain annoying to the end? And will the turtles finally find a permanent home? God. Merciless.
The turtles are coming with them. The turtles are coming with them, so it's fine.
The turtles find a giant rat who schools them and wait.
Right. Yeah. Oh. And speaking of merciless, for God's sakes, Pete, these guys, I know they're 10 years older and they couldn't hit the tell me what you're thinking.
They still didn't. Yeah, apparently they don't practice shooting ever.
No.
Ever. Yeah. Even over a decade. Nope.
Right.
It's not their fault.
I took a chapter out of Cat's playbook, and this time I watched it with the subtitles on, so I could see them. And I thought it was cool. They were listed as Night Trooper.
Yeah.
And they're not zombified. No green mist came, and I was like, yes, they're just troopers.
Yeah. Apparently I was wrong. I guessed that the only reason these guys stayed is because when they tried to leave, they would kill them and reanimate them, but I was wrong. So, Kat, I just got a kick out of looking at Stormtrooper designs. I just had to ignore the fact that they're just getting massacred by a bunch of goofballs. What did you think?
I really liked it. I mean, it's stormtroopers, they're going to get their butt kicked, but I disagree that they're not practicing, because we clearly saw Mando. They were trying to shoot when they had Grogu in the bag, and they were practicing on their little rock. I think it's their weapons. I think their weapons are faulty. It's not them.
The visor.
I mean, they're shaking it. Like, it's not their fault. Okay, they're given a certain thing. It doesn't work. That's not on them. So, but no, I'm really happy the fact that none of them bursted into green. So because I didn't want that, as I said last week. So I'm happy about that. And they're just bandaged up from the Night Sisters, probably healing them. I also kind of feel like it's symbolic of the Empire just won't die. It just, we're barely holding on, so we're just gonna deal with what we have. But I look
very,
for it.
Very Star Trek, right, Dave? Red shirts.
Oh.
Michael picked up on it for sure. Yeah. Only guys in red are dying.
Send in the red.
Yep.
I like the recall signal as well for them to get back onto the ships. I like that little,
Right before that, I like how Ezra tries to stop them all getting slaughtered by, let's talk. Come on.
Take
us as prisoners. Come on.
You want to
go,
take
guys?
us as prisoners.
Yeah. Give them that just little bit of extra time they needed.
He actually, and this is going to sound very, very arrogant, but he actually reminded me of a little bit, because when I put the comments up, I'm like, or maybe it's this. When I do that with the comments, he's like, or hold on. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Kat, I want to stick with you for a second. I picked this one specifically because I love his expression here. He's like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, Sabine is so in trouble. Am I right?
It's complicated.
Yeah, it is. Because she was literally not giving. I'm sorry, but I would have been like, all right, stand there. I'm going to use my force powers and look into your mind and give me some freaking answers. Like, drive me crazy. He's like, oh, she's here. Oh my gosh, what's she doing here? But yeah, Sabine's like, oh crap. Now my secret's out. Oh no.
It's complicated. It's not going to work ananymore.
I gave the bad man the map, and I hitched a ride, and
your sacrifice was pointless for the last 10 years. Surprise!
Okay, bye-bye now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oops. You guys,
leaving right now.
Right afterwards, you gotta love Jonathan though. I know it's Night Sister and not Night Nurse, but damn, ladies, the bandages just go under the armor. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Hey, Steve-O, you're actually here for. We got a few minutes left, man. It's good to see you. Oh my God. Pete, I just happened to catch everybody's expression right the first time I hit pause. Yeah. What are you thinking when she busts in, Pete?
I'm like, oh, now it's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Fin to be on like a Donkey Kong.
But their reunion had more, I don't know, love, respect, feeling, yes, feelings to it.
My goodness.
Than Sabine's. There's like real gripping hugs. Not, yes, good to see you. I knew you would be the one to find me.
Laughing.
Yeah.
Genuine smile and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love this. Sabine's just off to the side watching, like, leftover child.
That's the thing, like, it was immediate. Ahsoka went up to him, immediately hugged him. It wasn't this awkward, you stand over there, I've been searching for you for 10 years and I'm pining over you. And I'm going to be awkward, just love tap, okay, there. No, it was a genuine, oh my gosh, it's so great to see you. And she left her hand on his face and like, oh my gosh, it was actual feeling. So I love that.
Is this how it's done, Kat? This is how it's done, right?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay. I did get a kick out of the fact. Oh, go. I'm sorry. Go.
No. Wait, what's the next slide? Is that with Shins?
Well, we're jumping around,
actually. We passed that?
No, we passed it, but we're going back because the next slide actually is when they recall the stormtroopers, you guys.
Yeah.
And she realizes that she's been basically abandoned by everybody. Look at this woman's face and tell me she didn't do a good job, Kat. Tell me she didn't do a job.
She's amazing. She needs to teach that Hera actress how to act with her eyes. But I have a few things. Like, how the show's been a lot of foreshadowing of like trying to stuff. Why was only her howler white? Everybody else had a black one.
Yep,
Was
she
that
did have
something?
kind of an albino howler.
Yeah, that was the only one. So, Balin sent her out to the wolves, basically. She's got that one. And I feel it, for me at least, when Ahsoka was saying, give me your saber, like, I can help you. I felt like she actually sensed such a conflict within Shin that for the first time, she saw, like, I could actually reach her. And because she also felt like, she didn't have to use her lightsaber. She just was kicking her butt with the Force and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like she really feels something with Shin. Like, there's a difference that shifted with her. So that's why she offered her hand to her.
Right. I agree. So these two characters, Shin and Skull, they're named after a couple of Norse wolves.
Norse gods.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pete, do you know what I'm talking about? Do you want to
Norse gods that ride wolves that chase the sun and the moon.
And the moon.
Yep.
So I think isn't that why they put her on a white one? Kind of, was that symbolic, do you think, Pete?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we all know Filoni digs his Wolverines.
His wolves, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's what I thought. But Pete, over to you for real. Wow, bro, what did you think? Tell me what's going through your head when you see
So
this.
I heard Motley Crue. She's got the looks that kill. Old school Crue.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, and I like that Ahsoka's like, look, just come on.
Mm-hmm.
She can sense.
You
wanna. She can sense that there's good in you.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I know you, especially again, that betrayal that she's feeling from her master, who's like, just, have fun storming the castle. I'm out of here.
Oh my God. My wife's favorite movie, by the way.
Right? Yeah. So she's deeply conflicted, but Ahsoka's even capitalizing on that. Like, you're conflicted because there's this duality. Like, don't fight it. Just come on over to the light side on your white wolf.
I'm with Michael. I was hoping she was going to switch teams right there. Pete, would that have been cool for you, or you would have been pissed?
No, I think it would have. I think it would have added something to the episode. We would have gotten like, oh, okay, this is now it's getting a little thicker rather than not having anything answered. Yeah, yeah. When she rode off, Kat? I'm like, what the?
Yeah. Why didn't she stay? Kat, what do you think, man? Would that have been cool?
I would have liked that. I still think, again, because of it, I still kind of think with her wolf being white or howler or whatever, like, I still kind of think it's foreshadowing a little bit. But I think with such that she just ran because she's scared. She doesn't, everything she's known up to this point was solid, and now it's just completely gone. So she's going to go with what is at least familiar. So I still think she'll probably come over to Ahsoka's side. But it's just going to take a little bit doing it. But yeah, I would have liked to seen it.
I would have thought that would
better
have been
than
really
her dying.
Cool. Yeah, no doubt. That would have been cool. I said from the beginning, Shin's still having her Padawan braid that she's going to turn. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
G-Force. I think she comes over to our side.
Yep.
Pete, what are they loading up?
Those are deceased Night Sisters in those coffins. There's a shite ton of them. And
so those are Night
nasty.
Sisters, and that's going to be
That's
part of the
what I
new
think.
Empire. Okay.
Yep.
Kat, how about you, ma'am? What are they loading up?
So I'm a little torn with this because I feel like it's got to benefit the Night Sisters, but it also has to benefit Thrawn. So could it be, old Night Sisters? Absolutely. But there's more than just, bodies in a catacomb. There's important things in there. So I'm a little torn of it's just Night Sisters. I think it's maybe
You think there's relics?
Things. It could be relics. It could be some kind of stuff to help him build whatever he wants to build in another galaxy or whatever. But I think it definitely has to benefit him in a major way for him to take the time. It took 3 rotations for them to get this filled. They're almost there. So it's got to mean something to him. So I think it's more than just Night Sisters.
It's chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets?
No, chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggies and chalky milk, right? Exactly.
Come
I remember
on.
that. Yeah.
Don't forget the hot mustard.
Oh my God, that's
nuggies.
awesome. It's all the relics Mon Mothma had in her antique shop.
There we go.
Oh man, that's funny. Nice. And then we kind of touched on the last part of the show a little earlier, but just to reiterate really quick, Kat, are you happy with the reunion here? They did good.
Much better than Sabine's crap. Like I think she's also really, when she kind of looks, she was really happy. Ahsoka was really happy to see her, and then to me it went to dread. Like, I can't distract him anymore and just say it's complicated, anymore. Because guess what? Ahsoka's going to tell on you, and then he's going to kill you. Like, he's going to be so pissed off with her, and it's going to fracture their friendship for sure. But I'm all for it. I want to see it happen because she's been annoying me this whole series. So I'm okay with him kicking her butt for a little bit.
And Pete, to reiterate, you agree with Kat? It's something's going to hit the fan here next episode, or at least soon.
Yeah, it's got to. Yep. Otherwise, it's again we're going to lapse into some dull writing. Like, no, we're just going to smooth that over and be like, come on, it's complicated. Let's have some repercussions of this complication.
Quick question. Do you think they're doing that on purpose because they want to set it up to where they're leaving us on a cliffhanger because they want to do either a new season or that movie that they were talking about? Do you think they're doing that on purpose?
Yeah, I think there's going to be season 2. Somebody put in there, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but season 2, and then we're going to easily start leading into the movie. Which, imagine that, a Star Wars movie, not a TV show. Huh. Wow.
Jonathan, don't burst my bubble, okay?
Strange.
You shush.
That won't happen because they don't do complicated stuff like that. Nothing's going to be said. Yeah, Rick, it was just a filler episode. They just drug us along. You know what? G-Force makes a good point. It doesn't matter because if Ahsoka doesn't tell him who Yang will, just like that red protocol joint.
Yeah.
Point of order. Point of order.
Yeah.
That bitch, she did everything you told her not to. Yeah.
Look, you suck. Okay, Ezra, she sucked. Look, let me tell you, she sucked as the apprentice. She sucked at this, and she did this. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. So we're at the part of the show where I ask you guys to tell me what they did well, what they did poorly, and to give a number. But we're going to do something before that. And I love that Rick put that in there because that is a good segue. I'm going to ask you guys for some conjecture about how this is going to wrap up. And then, of course, the obvious question is, do you think, we're all going to go on record here. Rick's already gone on record. Do you think there'll be an episode 2? So, Pete, I need you to predict one big thing that's going to happen next episode, how you think it's going to wrap up. Is it going to wrap up? And do we have a season 2? What do you think, my brother?
Do I think everything's going to get wrapped up? No. Do I think there's going to be a season 2? Yes. Are we going to get Thrawn like just jumping to hyperspace in the ring? Yes. But that's going to be like one of the parting, like, oh shit, it's coming, it's getting real. Back to what Hera said, like, we should really prepare for the worst. If he comes back, it's gonna get bad quick, and we're gonna, you're gonna see him jumping off to hyperspace to make it bad quick. Yep. Okay. I don't think we're gonna. I'm not sure what the chat maybe knows. Is there any kind of timeline they've said for that movie? Is it 2 years, 5 years? Do we,
Rick was commenting there was like 5 years down the road, and that's when we were going to get so. So, how do Sabine and Ahsoka and Ezra get back? Was it you that said they were doing the Millennium Falcon thing on the ship, or how do you think they're getting back? Or is it everything staying in this universe or this galaxy?
Honestly, I think Sabine gets it. I think she. Oh,
okay. So Sabine's dying.
She's one of the big characters that's going to go, and I'm not going to feel. I'm real sorry.
Right? Yeah.
If it was a cartoon, maybe, but nah. No,
right. Yeah. Action. It was but not live action Sabine. So I think she's going to get it. That's going to be the big, like, holy crap. Yeah. Matt, I think Ezra can talk to the Purgle. We know that from previous. So clearly he could be like, hey, let's hitch a ride.
And maybe they could approach the planet from the side that doesn't have the mines on it this time. For goodness sake. Okay, so Pete, to wrap up, there's a season 2. They're gonna take the Purgles back most likely, and Sabine eats it.
Yep.
Fair.
And then what Jonathan say? The Mando versus movies on hold. Favreau's out. Yeah.
Disney and Iger is canceling projects all across the board. And then, of course, Rick said the movie is 2026, but that was before the ongoing strike, which just ended a couple of days ago. So we don't know how much that pushed everything back. Yeah. And then, of course, JT, none of the good guys will die. Fair enough. Kat, you're up, ma'am. You kind of heard the questions I asked Pete. Do you need me to repeat them, or can you just free flow this?
If I miss one, you can ask it again.
Okay.
I don't, with how many questions, let alone last episode that we got, there's no way they're going to be wrapping it up next episode again, unless there's like a 5-hour episode. So I think there's definitely going to be something. I'm hoping for a season 2 because I think they have enough material. They could do a season 2 and kill it. Because I mean, look at what they've set up so far. So I would be thrilled for a season 2. So I really hope instead of just a movie, I want a season 2, more episodes, more playtime, all that. I do kind of feel like Sabine's going to bite the dust, just because of all the crap she's put everybody through.
Because we want her to, yeah.
Yeah, she's horrible at this. And again, animation, don't want her to die. This one, I kind of care less. She's annoying. But I think she might, after crap hits the fan with Ezra, try to save him and make a sacrifice for him type thing. So I could see her, dying. Crap. Now, what else did you ask?
So there's definitely more coming. This is not going to wrap up next episode. So either a movie or a season 2. Sabine is most likely going to die. How are they getting back?
Space whales.
Space whales.
I mean, I don't see how they could get Ahsoka's ship. Because obviously I think they're going to use the Chimera with the rings. That's why they had to make it so big, so they could actually use it. Right. That's why I don't think they're going to be able to sneak in Ahsoka's ship at the last second, to try to go in with them.
They dump their trash right before they're jumping.
Right. Exactly. So I don't think that's going to happen. So it's got to be the Purgle to get back. But yeah, I think probably one of the last ending things is maybe like a shot of Thrawn actually coming back, and he's entered into our known Star Wars galaxy. I mean, but I think it's definitely going to hang on to a cliffhanger or end with a cliffhanger.
Dino asked earlier, or predicted earlier, that Shin is going to go full Sith and her lightsaber is going to go red. Is he crazy, Pete, or do you think that's going to happen?
I mean, from the interactions we've seen her with Balin and always questioning kind of more of in a Sithy, like, why are we doing that? Aren't we going to, I think that's entirely plausible. But also is the fact that she could flip sides. I think she's just in this dynamic state. Unless she just, if something severe happens to Balin that she gets to witness and really that drives home that, like, you killed my master, like, then the deal's obviously sealed that she'll throw on it.
Kat, what do you think? Is she going Sith or is she switching teams?
It could go either way because I kind of see she's like in Anakin's position. She can either choose to deal with her losses this way, or she's going to take it out on everybody else. She's throughout the series talked about, well, aren't we going to have power? She's been power hungry and power after this, and he's after a different one. So I think it could go either way, but like what Scuba said, it's going to depend on what she witnesses. And right now she's so confused. She's going to go with what she knows and kind of get her bearings. And I think, honestly, she may be a little more aware of, like, when she's back with Thrawn, of seeing things that will either, it's going to make her go Sith or it's going to make her turn sides. Just like.
Fair enough. I think she's going to do, at the very least, a Reva and have an arc, or she's more likely, in my opinion, she's going to switch and she's actually going to take Ahsoka up, but it's going to take a little bit more. Like, Ahsoka's going to be standing over her with her lightsaber going, now pick, bitch, one of those type of things. So. And of course, as usual, you guys in the chat are awesome. I mean, it's just off the chain about, like, why couldn't this happen and why that should happen and everything.
Yeah,
like
why didn't Ezra call the Space Purgle Uber early?
And somebody's like, well, he doesn't have a ship to get up there.
I think he didn't call for them because there's a bigger thing. He's keeping Thrawn busy on this freaking planet far away from the known galaxy. And I think he knows that greater purpose.
Plus, the Night Sisters were the first ones to, ride and, take rides with the Purgles.
Like Dune it.
So they were the first ones that I guess you could say tame it or whatever, but they used it as travel. So he doesn't want to literally call some and then be like, hey, Night Sisters, we got a way off too. Great, take that one.
Good point. So. Yeah. That's the funny thing. We're over 2 hours. We could do another 2 hours just on conjecture about, what's been going on. I love it.
This is the time to talk about Anakin again.
Please. Exactly. Yes.
This is the after show, okay?
The after show, right?
The after show.
The after show with Kat and Hayden.
And Kat and Hayden. I tell you what, girl. Yeah, if I could set that up for you, I'd do it in a heartbeat, girl. I promise. And I love. That's actually. I think G-Force is being serious. She'll use Anakin's line, "Live or die." Standing over. That's really good. I like that, G-Force. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Mr. B. Let's do it 2 more hours. Wait, there it is. Well, let's do it 2 more hours. I can't get it to come up. There we go. Oh my goodness.
It's fun hanging out.
Yeah, it's a blast, you guys. So I'm not in a hurry to get us out of here, but I also want to be respectful. So, Pete, over to you. You know how we do at the end here. What's the one or several good things they did? What was the worst thing that they did? Because there's a lot, I'm sure. And what's your number 1 to 10, please, sir?
Let's see. The worst thing they did, that whole Ezra Sabine, waste of several minutes trying to catch up on the complicated. That was the worst. The best, I think, was seeing Thrawn and his heads-up tactical display and having to deal with those pieces of information, like what she trained with Anakin, and also, let's just send 2 ships to back up Shin and Balin. And I give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Wow, Pete, that's awesome. I love some of the suggestions here. We got, is there a happy hour after the show we could attend? And then what was the other one I saw? There was the breakdown.
Let me just go do a liquor run real quick.
Yeah,
and then
And then JT, the breakdown show. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, exactly.
Breakdown.
So before I go over to Kat, for you guys in the chat, first of all, I cannot thank you. And I can't even put most of it up because there's just so much. I mean, there's great stuff like Dave, we don't think Rick, I don't think we'll ever see Annie again. Dave over here, the turtles turn alien and hitch a ride back on Thrawn's ship. I love it. You guys are awesome. But before I go over to Kat, I'd love to hear your number, you guys in the chat, on what you thought 1 to 10 of this episode, and especially if it's really high or really low, maybe a sentence as to why you thought that. Now, I saw earlier some of you had already put your numbers in, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to find them again. So if you want to repeat it, I apologize for missing it. And then we'll see what the chat thought of the episode as well. But Kat, over to you. What's good? What's bad? And what's your number, girl? You know.
I liked Hera a little bit better in this episode, just because she had some of her snarky comments that I felt was more in line with herself from Rebels. So I enjoyed that. Sabine just annoys me. Just tell him already. Rip the Band-Aid off and just tell the man. He's begging for it. I want to go home. I've been with the turtles for 10 years. I want to go home. But no, it's complicated. I'm an Jedi. Oh, you want to go home? So about that, I'm a Jedi now. Oh, what?
What?
So that part they did right because of that. I do love the fact that, although I would have loved him to see him take over his lightsaber, I love the fact that he just used the Force and he's kind of like, take that, Sabine. So I love that. I still love even it was heartbreaking for me, love seeing Balin and Shin and him kind of like letting her go. I thought that was, because we're so wrapped up in them, I thought it was really amazing, and you feel it with those actors. So she nailed it out the park. And of course, Hayden, I mean, hello.
Yeah, right.
I want 20 videos of him training me. Absolutely. Let's watch them one at a time. Let's make the next
Let's
show.
see that again in slow motion.
So after 2 weeks, okay, we're going to start another show about what could be in the training videos. We have 20 or more that we can discuss. So let's play around with that. Let's see what we can come up with. Okay. Love to do that. And I can find the pictures. I'll handle the screenshots this time.
Okay. All right. Cat,
Cat.
just relax and come out of your shell. Don't be so
Right,
shy.
yeah.
Come on, be
Okay.
yourself, girl. Yeah.
And then about Hayden, they got the reunion right. I felt there was actually more emotion. That you could tell that they have a friendship and they like each other because they're actually touching, and it wasn't awkward. Oh, okay, yeah, So I like that. I'll give it a 9.
Wow.
So even though there was I'm disappointed not having all those answers, the other stuff. I still I got a lot more. I got my Thrawn that I wanted him to be more tactical and calm like he was, and that's what I got. So even though a lot wasn't answered, I still got a lot more than what I disliked. So
nice.
It's a 9, yeah.
Well, good. And Pete, you said 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to make sure I remember that correctly. All right, well, let's go over to the guys in chat. Kat, that was comprehensive. I appreciate that, man. Damn.
You're welcome. And Mr. B, you are correct.
I think I'm going to get down there in a second. I stopped the chat. So I haven't seen. Yeah, that was the vibe I was getting too. I'm like, we'd have to screen all these pictures before we put them up. I know. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bow, 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 Yellow. It's a great band. Okay. Nerding out on 80s. All right. So we got Rick. This show sucks. I want the main character to die. Ah.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
I love
Flex.
you.
Yeah, Flex 7 out of 10. Appreciate it, brother. I think that's a reasonable score. It looks like we're going to hit a lot of 7 and 8s. Mr. B is an 8. Oh. 7 out of 10. Missed the opportunity with the nitro. Right, Hoppy? I wanted some green to come out of. I wanted to be right again. I'm never right. At least we got to see Stormtroopers. Hey, Papa Gord.
Hey, Papa.
Papa.
It's good to see you, man. Oh, let's see. How many space turtles can they fit in one costume? That's a way out for sure. Michael Reed, 9 out of 10. Hera still sucks. Suck it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I love it. Hey, Dino's still awake, you guys. Oh, yeah. 7 out of 10. That's fair. That's where it looks like a lot of people are dropping. And yes, I did fall asleep watching. Yeah, no doubt. G-Force is at a 7.5, just a little better than episode 3 for me. I think that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Kara, Hat is more better. Hera is more better. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael, I think I'm with these guys. I'm about a 7 on this one. It would have been even lower, but Balin and Shin, man. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for Michael. Oh, wow, Jonathan. A 5 out of 10.
Whoa.
Awesome, yeah. Ooh. Awesome CGI, but utter garbage storytelling. It's not really complicated. Good point. That's fair. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Dave over VTR, 7 out of 10.
Yep.
Yeah, G-Force. Yeah, PG-13, bro. I also give it a lower mark because we didn't get to see Hera from behind.
Yeah, it was at least worth a half a point.
So I didn't recognize her. Yep.
Mr. P. Imagine seeing Cat hit on a hologram. Hey, baby. Oh man.
I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't understand the issue.
Yeah, right. Disney should sell Anakin training videos with their stock skyrocket.
Yes, they should.
Yes. We'd have to crowdfund
I will be first
for
in
Cat
line.
though. Yeah. That's it. Go over to my crowdfund page. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. I love you guys. Blue X, definitely a 7 episode. Yeah, that's where I am too. Okay, Rick, I'm paraphrasing. You get to, I never said the show sucked for 3 episodes of crappy, but that's fair. What my father used to say, and I have since said it for years now, is I never let facts get in the way of a good story, bro. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Cat, awesome and correct, G-Force.
Yeah, because
We've seen Cat swing at a puzzle of Anakin.
It has. I have watched my puzzle streams. I have, and I freely admit it. I'm like, why is this one my favorite? Look at the face that's on it.
Oh my God, Pete! I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I'll probably say it one more time. Having Cat on, excellent idea, my friend. Kudos to you, sir.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, we just got to get her to relax and break out of her shell, and then it'll be fine, right?
Right.
Maybe last
episode.
That
she loves holograms and she can read Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Yes.
Right, Totes?
And the cat's like, yeah. And that's
like,
enough.
And I'm out.
Beautiful.
Just a little.
Oh my God, it's been a blast, you guys. Well, you guys in the chat, and if you're watching us on the replay, have been watching the Ahsoka Breakdown show, which has been a blast today with Pete, Scuba Pete, and Cat, Vader's Girl 28. Thank you so much for participating. The chat really keeps this going, and it's been off the chain this time. You guys have been awesome. Now, remember, if you weren't with us at the beginning, we are not going to be here next Thursday. Bunch of stuff's going on. So we are going to do the following Thursday is the 12th of October, right, Pete? Okay, we'll be here 12th of October for our guest come on show and our final wrap up of the final episode, because by then hopefully everything will have calmed down and everybody will have had a chance to let it rattle around in their heads, and then we will do that final episode and break it down for probably 2 hours at least on October 12th. But
yeah,
I really greatly appreciate it, you guys. You guys know how I do. Kat, Pete, I never get us out of here until I make sure you had a chance to say everything you wanted to say. Kat, chivalry prevails. Ladies first. Do you have anything else before we go, ma'am?
I'm really excited for next episode, for the finale. I would be great if it was a cliffhanger, because I want more. I don't want a rush job for the last one. Just leave us on a cliffhanger and give us a season 2. That's all I want. I don't think that's a whole lot to ask. I think it would be a big hit. And also, Rick, please do that for me. Please. He said that Anakin lives 20 minutes from him and he'll get a training video. So please. I like him more than just Star Wars, so we can chat. Give him my number. I'll send you my number. You give it to him, okay?
Sliding into his DMs now. Yeah. All right, Pete. Before Kat completely melts into a puddle of butter, do you have anything before we go, sir?
Too late.
Too late. Already butter.
No, this has been a great ride. I'm so glad we were doing this. Too much fun. And
absolutely.
Chat, you rock.
Oh my God, right? And I feel bad because there were so many great comments, so many, actually serious observation and distillation of what we were looking at. I just can't put it all up. So I try to hit you guys as much as I can. Thanks for being patient if I missed you and continuing to participate. I think this, you guys, there's a lot. Yeah, thank you very much. 2 weeks times. Yeah, we're doing the 9 days after. Steve-O, great show, great chat. You all rock. No, you guys all rock. Thank you very much. Yeah. And yeah, Rick, wow, dude, you got to pour cold water on everything. If there's not going to be a season 2, it's not going to happen for like 6 years.
As long as there's still a season 2.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. Kat, I'll be 59 in 6 years. I don't know how much longer I'm going to last. Okay, you got to give me a break on that. Matt, great stream. But I think we're going to go out with, there we go. I'll get some of that red stuff and wrap it around me. I'll be fine.
Only
right,
a flesh wound. It's only
and the Black Series Night Sisters will drop in 2030.
Yeah, along with my Sabine helmet, which comes next Christmas, not this one. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. But as always, it's been a lot of fun, you guys, and I think we're going to go out with this one. JT, fantastic show, great chat as always. Now, and once again, chat off the chain. Everybody who joined us, anybody that caught us on the replay, you guys are the real heroes here, and I really appreciate it. But with that, Kat, Pete, see you guys in about a week and a half, right?
Yep.
All right.
We will be
Everybody
there.
Else, yep. We will see you on the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Get me the hell off this planet.